Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Sunday, April 2nd, 2023, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App, $ ORION NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got NASCAR Cup Series action here today. Toyota Owners 400 live reactions from Richmond Raceway live with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. So ready to go. We had a wild WrestleMania night number one. I cannot wait for night number two. I don't know if it'll match the energy overall of night one, but before we get into that, we got an amazing NASCAR short track race here at Richmond. It should be fun. So we're going to get this one done. As soon as this one is over, we'll probably get, I will probably get 10 minutes, 15 minutes to kind of set things up for the WrestleMania 39 night number two live reactions and watch party. So it's going to be a long day, and I'll make a post about WrestleMania here probably in about a half hour. So once this stream, is kind of already going and everything, then I'll make the other post in about a half hour, an hour, just to remind anyone if they weren't in here last night where we got to experience the greatness together. You'll be able to come around for night number two. And there's some showcase matches. Instead of 7 matches from yesterday, today's going to be 6. Yesterday we had 5 good matches, 3 10s, 2 8s, a 7, and then a 5 with Theory and Cena. Tonight we'll have 6 matches. I'm thinking we're going to have 3 10s, right? Maybe 1 8, and then a possible 5 to 7 on the last 2. So we'll kind of see. And then as far as today with this NASCAR Cup Series, this is good. All right, so you got Alex Bowman, Kyle Busch, William Byron, Ross Chastain, Tyler Reddick, Austin Cindric, Chris Buescher, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Kyle Larson, and Kevin Harvick round out your top 10. Your boy is putting in the work, and then I have the logos here in the corner here. We'll drop this one down, but I'm starting to get the groove of it. Like I said, I feel that nothing is out of the ordinary for me anymore. And I'm really liking the ways, things are panning out for me, because now I can use my creativity and I can actually do everything on my own thumb-wise. Tried doing it before on my own, and I wasn't very good at it. I can be honest about that. I tried my best. At some points, I would end up having ones that could be considered maybe okay, maybe like a 5, 6, 7. But once you start learning all the techniques and everything, then you can start taking those thumbs that you had that were maybe, average to below average, to making them 8, 9, 10, and you can put your own spin on it and your own creativity on it. And I feel good, man. It just feels good. I don't have to rely on anybody else, and I can show my style and swagger, not only on the photos, HD 4K, but now with the thumbs. So let's go, Alex Williams. I'm fucking ready. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night. A little tired, but I'm ready to go. Anytime NASCAR or wrestling, or if the Mariners are on, or football, NFL or college football, I'm going to be ready to go. So I know yesterday was long, 4 to 5 hours. Today's going to be twice as long. It's going to be, probably 4 hours here, 4 hours, over on the WWE WrestleMania 39 night number 2 live reactions. But I think it's going to be worth it. Let's go into some of the photos that I got prepped for you guys. And obviously we got the thumb. Decided to go with Ross Chastain and Kyle Larson. I will be doing a lot of Chase once he comes back, obviously him being my favorite driver. But I also wanted to show a little love for the guys that I like as well. Obviously I like Kyle Larson and, with the Hendrick Motorsports teammate. But I think the guy, I hate to admit it, you know what I mean? But I am a heel guy, obviously in Star Wars, Darth Maul, Darth Vader. If they're talking about He-Man or Skeletor, Masters of the Universe, what toy did I get? I got the fucking Skeletor. I owe it, Cobra Commander or Duke, Cobra Commander. It's like, Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hogan. Give me Hollywood. And speaking of Hollywood, I like him so much. I got him right here. So, it's all about the heels. So I think with like Ross Chastain, he's the guy that I connect to, I think, the most since, Dale Earnhardt. There's not a lot of guys that, can even be in Dale's category. Richard Petty, Dale Earnhardt, Jimmy Johnson, as far as the 7 championships and the greatness. And then, Jeff Gordon, even though with the 4, but we know Jeff Gordon was the man before Jimmy came around. And now you got Chase, now you got Kyle, you have Joey Logano, you got the OG Kyle Busch. But as far as like kind of attitude, I don't necessarily like the recklessness, but if you watch this year, he's toned it down. I think he's starting to understand, hey, I can be a good driver, but I don't have to piss everybody off. Will I? Of course, you're going to piss everyone off because you already have the reputation of being a wrecker, right? We already know that you're a wrecker. But if you've actually watched closely, he's been a little bit more calculated. He's been smarter, and you haven't seen him openly wreck anybody so far. So I think that he's shown that he's matured. He knows that he's good, right? I think people don't realize how good he is, but out of Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, Joey Logano, Kyle Busch, who's the 5th guy that's elite? To me, I mean, we know William Byron is the shit this year, right? We know that he's great. You got a lot of these great pieces of talent on Hendrick Motorsports, and William Byron could win 6 to 8 races this year, possibly. I mean, maybe on the low end, based on how he's going. It looks like he could win a minimum of 4, 2 more before the season's over, but maybe as high as 6 or 8 if he gets into the groove. But once Chase comes back, you already know he's going to end up getting into the winner's circle at the very minimum 2 times, even after missing all these races. But Chase is so good, he can miss time like Kyle Busch did a few years ago when he won the championship. He can miss time with this stupid snowboarding, skiing accident with the leg breakage, and all fucked up, right? But he could still end up winning 5 races before the year is over. And I don't know if you could say that about any other driver besides Chase Elliott that's right now. But I really do like Ross. I like rooting for him. I know he's not going to be the most popular. He's going to be hated. But there is a lot of skill that people are failing to recognize. Go back and look at the top 5 numbers from last year. Go back and look at the top 10 numbers from last year. Look what he's done this year. Consistency. And that's a big part of it for me. I need to see attitude. I need to see aggression. I need to see swagger. I need to see you be yourself, your own personality. It also helps if I like your car, and how it looks. It's just the total package. And we were looking for the next heel. And obviously Kyle Busch, Joey Logano are the natural heels, right? People hate those guys, but they're great. They're OGs. They're Hall of Famers. They can win championships and compete with Chase and with fucking Kyle Larson, right? But who's that next guy who could maybe win a championship? It's Ross Chastain, and I'm excited to see what he can do. But we got Alex Bowman, the OG Kyle Busch. I like that number 8, baby. William Byron, I see you. Public enemy number 1, Ross Chastain. But you know what? I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I like you. I'm going to represent you. I'm going to root for you. And I want to be able to see his growth as the years go on. Tyler Reddick. This guy was at the very bottom of the standings at the beginning of the year. And I'm like, damn, sitting there with, part-time guys like Jimmy Johnson, just wrecking, not finishing races, not Tyler Reddick's style. He's a top 10 driver. Okay. And it's just nice to be able to see him get back on track within the last couple weeks. The guy's the real deal. He just needs to get a little bit more consistency to take those seasons from like 1 to 2 wins to 3 to 4. And then that might be good enough for Reddick to be a champion one day if he can just bump his win total and double it. If he gets 3, try to get 6. I know that's a lot in NASCAR, but if anyone could, overachieve and instead of getting 2 wins, maybe end up with 4, it's this guy. It's Tyler Reddick. My guy, Kyle Larson, you've been so close. I like you. I'm right there with you with Chase, with Hendrick Motorsports. And it's kind of funny because I really wasn't a Hendrick Motorsports guy with Jimmy and Jeff. It's only now that, with Chase and Kyle and William Byron and Alex Bowman, the way that they're running things. There's a few others that I like to root for, like Ross as well. But you need to get your first win sooner than later. You've been so close, so close. I know you're getting frustrated. When you end up getting 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th place when you had a chance to get first, it hurts. But you will get your first win sooner than later. I feel it. It's coming very soon. Kyle Larson. Kevin Harvick, an OG paint job with the Budweiser. I know it's old, but I love it, so I had to rep. Denny Hamlin, FedEx Bebe. Martin Truex Jr., Joey Logano. And, with Kyle Busch and Joey Logano, for as much as people hate those guys, it's just jealousy. They're just really fucking talented. And you got to think not every driver is going to be likable. You just can't be a pretty boy, Mr. Nice Guy. Hey, I love you, love you, love you. No, fuck that. In NASCAR, you have to be able to be an asshole sometimes. Sometimes you have to wreck people. But knowing that if you're going to wreck someone, they're going to get retribution and they're going to get your ass back. And they might even wait until it's like the playoff when you're about to like do something big or win. So you always have to kind of look over your shoulder. But I have no problem with Joey Logano. I actually like watching him, and he's one of the biggest reasons that NASCAR gets ratings. Same thing with Kyle Busch. You know, you got to have these personalities there, Ross Chastain, for us to be able to watch if those guys aren't your favorites. You know, this guy's a little bit more timid. You know, he's not, you know, Chase is a little bit more kind of low key. You know, low key, kind of chill. That's kind of the personality from these two. They don't really show a lot of emotion. They will at times, but I got no problems with the GOATs. You know, that's what makes NASCAR great. And then you also get guys that are teaming up with Ross Chastain, with Daniel Suarez. And if you've seen his consistency has been getting a little bit better from last year. You know, obviously with Trackhouse, you got a smaller race team. You know, you only got a couple guys. But I like what I'm seeing from the mentorship and the teammate with Ross and Daniel Suarez. If Daniel Suarez can keep it up, instead of being a guy taking 6 to 7 years before you get your first cup win, maybe you can turn yourself into a top 10, top 12 driver on a consistent basis. And if you do that, eventually that's going to mean you're going to get a win in the season, or maybe even two. Daniel Suarez representing, Mexico and the Latino and the Latinas. I'm always rooting for a guy like this. You know, foreign-born drivers, it's definitely difficult to break into this sport and have a lot of success. So even if you only end up with, you know, a few career cup wins, that's a lot more than any fucking buddy else. I will always, always, always root for Daniel Suarez. He ain't a fucking Ross Chastain. Not even close. But I like what I'm seeing from this little duo here. Christopher Bell, I see you, baby. We already know who it is. Big Bad Brad Keselowski. And Bubba Wallace says, hey, I need to be replaced. You need to replace me. So he's a guy that wears his heart on his sleeve, and he obviously gets too emotional. If there's one guy who's kind of like a red flag, sometimes it's Bubba, you know, because he can't check his emotions. He'll go and push Kyle Larson. You know, he'll start smashing the car. He'll say shit that you can't say. You got to have confidence in yourself. You know, and you can't be like, well, I fucked up and I've been racing Cup for 6 years and I did rookie mistakes. I should be replaced. You can feel that, but you don't fucking say that on national TV with all the sponsorships looking at you. Yes, we know you're fiery and passionate, but you got to be able to know when to say something and when to keep it to yourself or say it into the closed room with all the boys in there. They know it, you know it, but you don't say that shit on TV. And that's probably why Bubba will never be a champion. And it has nothing to do with race, or where he came from. You know, I actually like the diversity in NASCAR. I hope we get some more brothers in NASCAR and some more Mexican American or people from, different parts of the countries, not next to Mexico, but everywhere. You know, I like the diversity that we have in NASCAR. But with Bubba, you know, he's just a hothead. And, he has the talent to win, I feel, 1 to 3 races in a year. But there's going to be years where he wins none. There's going to be years where he maybe will barely win one. And if you remember that, I mean, it's not like he's going to be getting a lot of wins. But if he can control his emotions, you know, and get himself into check, maybe down the road he can have more success than he has. But kind of concerning when you see a driver say that, especially if like Bubba is your favorite. You know, it's like you want to make sure that you're keeping things, you know, at a good level. You can't get too high. You can't get too low. Come on, Bubba. Be better, baby. Let's go. Are we ready for this? Short track racing. Sarah in the building. How are you? Mike in the building. How do you like the thumb? I know I tried to find some good Kyle Busch, but I think I'm going to wait for that until next week. But I'm really trying to improve everything. I hope you are doing well. Let's get to 100 and donos. Let's do it. Let's go, Iowa. You know it. Let's get that championship for Caitlin Clark and have something to remember this year besides UConn winning the championship. 9-3 Cardinals. Woo! Gorman, 2 homers, 2 dingers. Awesome. Heck yeah. I'm pumped for Mania as well. I'll be doing that. It's going to be a long day, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Daniel in the building. How are you, brother? Let's go. Look at Kyle Busch, short track racing. He's kind of good. You know, it's like right now, if you actually look at everything that they've accomplished, I mean, the two most successful guys, well, three, Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, and Chase Elliott. I mean, you can, Kyle's like right kind of behind him and right there with him. I guess you have to do 1A, 1B for Chase and Kyle because we already know the championship caliber of those guys. And Kyle actually got double digits in a year. So, when you end up doing that, but this is the most decorated, dominant Hall of Fame OG, like Jimmy Johnson in the prime at the end of the career, dominant Kyle Busch. It's going to be a sad day when Kyle Busch is no longer racing. And even though Joey still has many, many years, to come down the road, we'll be saying the same thing about him, whether you love him or hate him. It's just, you got to be able to have the GOATs there. You have to be able to have people emerge as well. And then people that know that, they're just waiting to get their first win. So to me, there's like 5 or 6 really strong pieces. And then every week we have drivers that are specialists when they're really good at one track or a type of style of track, like short track racing, like today from Richmond. So, you can be one of those top guys, but that doesn't mean that a lower name guy might be able to get it, or it might be a guy that's like an OG and it's not as maybe famous as like a Joey Logano or as famous as a Kyle Busch, but it's like you can never count out guys like Kevin Harvick and Denny Hamlin. I kind of put those guys in the same category because they're older, they're OGs, but you just never know when the wins are going to come out because they're not talked about on a daily basis that much. And I always like kind of keeping an eye. It's like you have these other guys that are 9s or 10s, and these guys are like 8s, but you just never know when they're going to capitalize in their moment. It's going to be fun today. Let's get it, man. Let's fucking go. Yeah, keep me updated with everything. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. You know what? I'm just happy that you're here. I'm going to grind it out. I'm going to put in a lot of effort and time. If we end up getting to a good number in the donos, fantastic. If it ends up being on a lower number, it happens. But the one thing is with your health and the donos thing, don't ever apologize. Just the simple fact that you're here makes me happy. Like I said, when I'm doing these, the number one person that I want to watch this with is you. Obviously Sarah's going to be along for the ride. She's going to keep us up to date as well as yourself with college hoops and other things that are going on. But it's like I usually will have certain people, that will be watching certain things with me. Like, when we end up doing like the wrestling pay-per-views, Lenny D doesn't come to a lot of the live streams, because he's busy and he's got other things going on. But whenever I do the wrestling for WWE once a month, he's always there. And it's a great way for us to be able to catch up and hang out. And then, with you, like I said, sometimes you'll even come in on events that you don't give a shit about. And a lot of people do that. They just want to be able to hang out with me or the people in the room. And I appreciate that. I mean, think about how much you have to really like someone or the group as a room, as a YouTube channel, to be like, I don't even care about this event that's going on. I know he's just doing that to try to, get views and subs. Like, I don't even care about this, but I'm just going to come in here and hang out. Those people mean so much to me because that shows like what kind of dedication that you have. And like I said, I really do try to have a good bond with a lot of you guys. If you guys take the time to get to know me, I'll take the time, as a host. And, it's, just, being genuine, being honest, and also being able to be, have that attachment and being able to, feel like you have a connection. I feel a lot of times you can watch people, but you never could like feel that you could have a connection with that person. I'm accessible. You know what I mean? I think I'm one of the most accessible YouTubers out there. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys. Let's go. I've been waiting for this all fucking week. All right, let's blow off the speakers and the TV. How high should we go? 80? Fuck it. 80. I probably shouldn't be going that high, but whatever. I appreciate you. You know what I mean? And like I said, you're a heavy hitter. You do more and you've done more than most people will ever do for me on the channel for a lifetime. So, when you can, I know you will. And just the simple fact that you apologize, that's that Southern hospitality and respect that you grew up with, because I can always tell how people talk, how people type. You know what I mean? There's different personalities, different age, different race. You know what I mean? But that Southern hospitality for people there, that respect, it means something. And I appreciate you, man. It's just awesome to be able to get people that, not only, have a love for what I love, but you're older than me. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to be an expert on everything. I'm trying to be an expert on every single thing that I do, and it's really tough. But it comes to a point when you have someone that's older than you, that's smarter than you in the thing that you like. You know, it's, oh, Bush, look out. Oh, don't wreck early, Kyle. You know, and then you can teach me things along the way and also give me some, you know, education, you know, on some of the old school times, like the Red Farmer. You know, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even go back and look at a lot of that stuff. So I really appreciate you for that, because you make me smarter and you make me love the sport even more. Oh, Kyle, get off of him. Look, Kyle and Ross, we're best friends. Boop. Come on, Kyle, don't be wrecking. I need to see Kyle and Ross at the end. All right. Bowman, Byron, Chastain, Reddick, and Bush. Woo! That's a 5 right there. Bowman, Byron. And the thing is that everyone thought kind of going in, it's like, oh, it's Chase Elliott, it's Kyle Larson. Alex Bowman and William Byron are very good. Like, Bowman is like the most like underrated one because he's like the 4th guy, but he could still win a race in a season. You know, it's not like, oh, Alex Bowman can't win a race. He can win a race or two. And then obviously William Byron won a couple last year and then was ice cold for the rest of the year. But this year seems different, where if William Byron can keep the consistency up, he'll probably be in that last race for the championship. But we have a long season. We said that last year, and he had 2 good races and then nothing, you know? So you have to be able to keep things moving and keep the consistency. So that's what I usually look for. I look for, you know, Ross Chastain, Kyle Busch, Joey Logano. I look for consistency. And you got to see how many top 5 and top 10 finishes. And then obviously when you're talking about Chase and Larson, you know, they could be at 15th place all day. You never even saw their name crack the top 10. And then in the last 10 laps, lo and behold, both of them are in the top 5. You're like, how did that happen? I mean, that's what you get with some of these greats. You can also include, you know, Joey and Kyle to that list too, where they're just sitting at 12th, 18th, you know, maybe 9, you know, 13. And then all of a sudden it's like they got no chance to be able to win. And then they're right there at the end. It's just wild how these guys know how to, you know, everything is so calculated with the crew chiefs and the pit crews. And honestly, this year with 4 out of the first 6 going into overtime, the pit crews mean more, I feel, this year than even last year. I mean, pit crews are always going to be big. And obviously your crew chief is very important. It's like your head coach, right? But the pit crews have really been making a difference in a lot of these overtime races and those last pits. So I'm very interested to see what crews, you know, do good today. And you can't have any type of mistakes, obviously, in those last 50 laps. 10 laps in, 400 today, but it'll go pretty quick. Still going to be like a 3.5, 4-hour race. Yes, it is. He said 6 to 8 races. And you know what? That wouldn't be that crazy to think. You know, you just got to be able to get that next one. You know, and if you can get that next one, then you already know, you know, if you're going to be getting 3 wins in the first quarter of the season, chances are, even if you slow down, you're going to get maybe 1 to 3 more before it's over. So, yeah, I definitely think that would be possible. But he's also saying that, assuming that Chase Elliott, when he comes back, maybe won't win that many. Come on. You already know at the very minimum, he's winning 1 or 2 at the very least, you know, and, you know, realistically, even with him being out like he has, I could see him winning still 3 or 4 because he's that damn good. But Byron has looked very, very good this year. Like, you could probably say he's looked the best out of anyone this year. So. Yeah, it was fun last night. All right, I got to pull up my other, let's see here. I got the Mariners game recorded. I can't believe it was Julio Bobble Day yesterday, right? And, you know, baubles usually go for like $20. You know, maybe if it's a collector one, maybe 50. The Julio Mania is so crazy here in Oregon, Washington, and across the globe, right? The minimum Julio bauble, right, for the very first Mariner issued bauble, $85 is the cheapest, right? And the Mariners did something that they've never done before. Julio came in early, and he actually autographed some of them. Like, Griffey didn't do that. Ichiro didn't do that. I mean, we're talking about Julio Mania going wild. Like, imagine going to the game, you know, spending $100 on the ticket, getting a $100 bobblehead, and then opening it up and finding out it's autographed, and then it's like worth 300. Holy shit. Like that would have been this crazy. And if they can do stuff like that, that's going to even bring more value and more excitement, especially as Julio gets better and better. But it's just cool that we're getting these type of giveaways. We've never done anything like this before, and I hope they continue to do that. So, and it sucked too because they lost like 2-0. And they only had 3 hits. Julio had 2 of them on his bobblehead day. But you never want to lose on your bobblehead day. And then they got a Cal Raleigh one coming up here. So I'm going to have to fork out some cash at some point and buy both of them. So that'll probably cost me like $140, to get the 2. But it'll be the issued from the Mariners. Like you can get these like FOCO ones. You can get those. But it's not the same. The ones that mean the most to collectors are the ones that you go to the game or you buy it from someone that went to the game. You don't necessarily care about the ticket, but you want the nice box. And usually they got good photos all the way wrapped around, maybe some stats. And then, you'll have like Rookie of the Year plaque, or you'll have the bat, the different pose. But I thought that was so cool that he actually took the time. And I don't know if that was the Mariners that came up with that or Julio himself, but I literally would have went fucking nuts if I would have opened up my bobble and noticed that, there's an autograph on the box itself or on the box and on the figure on the bobble. Man. And it's crazy too, because as soon as I saw that, I messaged my boy Justin. I was like, bro, we should have went. And he's like, dude, I was like, I told them that they were going to go for, $75 to $100. He's like, nah. I was like, dude, it's Julio. And then they did the autograph ones. And I haven't seen any autograph ones on eBay yet. You know what I mean? But you have to be able to compare examples, because I imagine some people will be dumb and try to be like, do a fake one to send it, like make more money. You know what I mean? But there's going to be examples of what the real one looks like, where he signed it. And so until that information comes out, but I imagine the autographed one will definitely be an easy $200 to $300 piece, because we don't even know how many he autographed. It didn't say. So I know it is weird, to be able to get them. In the 18 is always what it's going to be, but the 8, it's like, I don't know. I can kind of compare it to Dale Jr. When you had the 8 to the 88, it's a little weird. You're adding a number, taking a number away, but you still have the 8, and that was really, the one was in front before, but you still kind of have that feel. It looks different. The main thing I feel, Mike, it's the paint scheme. The paint scheme always caught our eye with the M&Ms or like the candies, the Skittles. Like you saw the colors, red, yellow, green, blue. It was the most like, car that popped the most. I think obviously the Napa know-how, we already know that car to me is my favorite. But the M&Ms, for a candy car, it looked awesome. Like I never saw a paint scheme that I didn't like. And then with this new team and the new sponsors, it's not as flashy. It's just like sponsorship car. So sometimes they look better than others. And that's what we just have to deal with, I guess, with his car. And then until we get to the next week and see if it's a different paint scheme. But I like brighter colors for Kyle, because I feel that's how he races, Like I feel like if Kyle had like a color, it would maybe be like red. Or like red and black, it's just like, just that fire. Because Joey's got the yellow and that's bright. Or you could give yellow back to, Kyle as well, because obviously yellow with the M&M. So, or a combination of yellow and red, but then that would be kind of like Joey though. You can't copy him. All right, we got Byron, Chastain, Reddick, Bowman, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in your top 5. Kyle Busch right outside the top 5 at 6. Larson at 7. Cindric at 8. Harvick at 9. Denny Hamlin at 10. All right, Byron, I see you.
Well, that's been my experience over the years. If you run that outside, it's like a cheese grater. You can find some speed there for a few laps, but then it really over-abuses.
All right, we're 26 laps in. Hopefully we'll get some, new people kind of coming through, and hope maybe get some of the goats possibly to come through as well. And we'll see where we're at the end of the day. I mean, we got this stream, which is going to be probably about 4 hours, and then we got WrestleMania. So, I mean, one stream might be better than the other, based off who's there or where our donos are like. But I'm just going to try to enjoy this Sunday and soak everything in with an amazing Richmond short track race. And then we'll have WrestleMania day 2, night number 2. Yeah, but I definitely feel Kyle Busch's car needs to be bright and colorful. Yeah, you gotta match his personality, you know. Oh, we got Ross in second, baby. Let's go.
I'll tell you, the last time you just saw him to 3 and 4, there's not a groove any higher. He's all the way at the wall. So the competition caution will fly in approximately one more lap. Because of no practice or qualifying,
Reddick in third, doing his thing. Alex Bowman in fourth. Byron Chastain, Reddick, Bowman, Stenhouse Jr.
Trying to put some rear brake in if you help it in the corner. Can't get too loose in, then he's tight in the middle. Boy, you ever heard that before at Richmond? I'm loose in, tight in the middle, fix me up.
You know, it's crazy though, Mike, your love for NASCAR and with some others, you know, that love it. I'm fucking watching Xfinity and truck now. You know, I might not be able to have the time to watch, you know, the whole thing, but I actually, you know, if I have free time and I notice that it's on, I do make an effort now. And I never made an effort before. It was only Cup all the time, you know, besides when like Dale Jr. was, you know, in the lower division. Obviously I would watch then, and, you know, they've gone through like Winston Cup and all the different sponsors over the years, you know, Sprint and everything, all the different big sponsorships. But now it's like when the trucks come on, I'll look for the Napa truck. You know, when we have the Xfinity, and, you know, there might be some guys from Cup Racing, and, you know, I'm just trying to get more familiar with some of the names and the next like up and comers. You know, it's like, you know, guys that are in AAA baseball, you know, which is kind of like Xfinity, and you know, some of them are going to make it, some aren't. Some will get called up and make it, and you know, they'll do great. Some will make it and win one race or two in their career. Some will make it and they will just not be very good, you know, and then it's just a matter of if they get replaced by someone else that's better, you know, coming up. But yeah, it's like, I really do enjoy it, man. I think it's just, you know, it's just what it is. It's just racing. If you just like it, if it's in your blood, you like the cars, you like the speed, you know. And for me, I don't know, maybe because I'm just so hardcore and weird, I like the team aspect of it. You know, it's like, I love the sponsorship, you know, I like the decals, you know, the companies that work, but I like the crew chiefs, you know, the pit crew, you know, the driver, the interviews, the personalities, the rivalries, and just overall the speed, the sound of the car, the tracks. I mean, it's just, there's so many things that I love about it. It's hard to put into words. You know, I know it's not for everyone, but once you get like the bug, or if you have like someone that, you know, influences you, or you have a favorite driver, I mean, nothing will ever be the same than Dale, you know, the Intimidator. But you know what? I feel that I'm getting to a point where I really enjoy racing, maybe even more now than even back then. I mean, there's different names back then, different legends. I mean, we don't have, you know, we don't got Dale Earnhardt out there. We don't got Richard Petty out there. We don't got, you know, Jimmy or Jeff. But there's still enough elite guys that are, you know, racing now that makes it fun. All right, come on, Reddick. I like Reddick's decals and paint job. Nice color scheme. Ross with the jockey. Oh, of course he is. Mr. Estes in the building. How are you? Oh, really? Hell yeah. That's awesome, man. I think, like I said, once you get the bug for something, you know, and a big part of me like loving what I, you know, really got into with NASCAR was like my boss, you know, back in the day, Ed O'Neill. Like, you know, he just couldn't stop not talking about it. And, you know, it's like, we can always talk football and stuff, but I never met anyone that just like loved NASCAR as like their number one. And I just thought it was like the coolest thing that this guy was just so fucking passionate. And he would go to the races to Vegas and bring me back stuff. It was like hard for me not to get into it. And plus it was something where I knew if I started watching, then we could bond more, and I can like, you know, we can have conversations and I can learn and pick up stuff, and we can talk about the race on Monday while we're working and whatnot. And yeah, I mean, like I owe it to a lot of those people like him, you know, to really get me going. But Dale was obviously the first one, because obviously the first time watching him, I was like, oh, this is game over. I was like, this is my guy right here. And then obviously I tried to, because I'm really big into the father-son combo. So obviously knowing Dale Jr. wasn't going to be ever his dad, but that's who I rolled with. I was more of a Dale Jr. guy than a Jimmy or Jeff. I knew Jimmy and Jeff were a billion times better, but Dale Jr., he had his moments, where he maybe wasn't like elite all the time, like Jimmy and Jeff with the consistency, but he could fucking make a name for himself, and he won some pretty epic races as well. Hard to live into the shadow of your dad when your dad is arguably the best of all time, besides like Richard Petty and Jimmy Johnson. And, everyone's got their own flavor, but of course, like I said, I like the guys that have a little bit of that attitude, but you got to have that confidence, and Dale Jr., he had that swagger, but Dale Sr., he was the first one to break out the stunner shades before stunner shades were stunner shades. He was always, just calm, cool, collected, and always had that vibe, and that he always had the best stunner shades and the best look. He's just like, he expected to win every race, and I like that kind of like Kobe mentality. It's like second place is unacceptable, and sometimes you have to have that mentality if you want to be the best. Not like, oh, I hope I get a top 5 or top 10. Fuck that. I need to win every time. And then obviously you got 7 championships out of that. Oh, no worries. I'll be here. All right, we got LSU 22, Iowa 20. That's the main thing. What else do we got going on? We got baseball. We got this championship game. So I'm gonna keep tabs on as much of these things as I can. Definitely want to see if Iowa can pull this out. So who was favored, Sarah, in this going in? Was Iowa favored or was LSU? Iowa's a 2 seed, LSU is a 3. So I would assume Iowa's favored by maybe 1.5 or something. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look on the Vegas line, but we already know LSU's got some amazing players as well. That's how they got here. But Caitlin Clark is going to have to probably have in this game probably 25 to 35 for them to win. Even 25 points might not be enough for them to win, depending on what the score gets to. So, but I think it would be awesome to see them win. You know what I mean? Because like I said, if you can get the best player, player of the year, and then the best player out of the women's or men's Final Four and championship game, and they can win the championship, not only would that be great for Iowa Hawkeyes and their history, but, just to be able to shine a little light on, there's a girl that plays basketball then better than the dudes. Like, there's guys out there that are good, but I mean, she's something special. She's not just like your regular women's basketball player or really, really good WNBA player. She feels different. Like this could be like a game-changing athlete in our sport where she's going to have endorsements and everything. She's very humble, a very good person. But I mean, the skill set, I hope that she can go to the next level and keep it moving. That would be great for the sport and great for women athletics for basketball. Oh, wow. Is it? Look at that. I guessed that too. I was just guessing. So that's at ESP, I guess, right? Because I was thinking I can't do 2 or 3 because LSU's too good. I know people think LSU can win this game. So that's why I figured it had to be very small by like a point and a half. And I decided, 1.5. That's what the sports gods are telling me. And there we go. The game is a little too close for comfort for Iowa at this point, but you knew that this was going to be a back and forth game. This wasn't going to be a 15-point blowout. So it's really going to come to every single possession matters. Ooh, big 3 at the top of the key. All right, now we got to make sure we get a good basket here, right? You got to make sure that this is, the last basket of the half. You got to just make sure you grind this out to 1, shoot. Hopefully it goes in, and then you're down by, down by 4 or down by 3. Or 2 or 3. All right, 30 to go. Nice pass. Travel. Damn! You can't travel there. She got the pass in an awkward position. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be tough for Iowa to come back, but I know they can. They'll get their run in the second half in that third quarter, the first 10 minutes in the second half, and then the last 10 minutes would be the fourth. But they're doing a good job so far, it looks like. I got to look at the stat line. Let me look at the box score. What do we got? She's got 14, so she's leading everybody. What's her shooting percentage, though? 4 for 7. Okay. Got to make sure you hold them here. Don't let them score. Oh, there we go. Down by 5. Still can come back.
Got a lot of work to do. He's passed 2 cars since the restart, and this was said about the speeding penalty.
All right, we got Ross, Byron, Reddick, Larson. Who's in 5th? Joey Logano. Oh. Really hard into the wall there. JJ Yaley. Caution. You know what sucks? Like when you're trying to stream, like, sometimes like with the baseball, it's not there. So I'm like, oh man. So it's like I have to be able to figure out what I want to watch, but at least I got the Mariner game recorded.
Very much on purpose. I don't know why, but very much so on purpose. Under caution, Denny Hamlin.
All right, let me look at the scoreboard here. All right, what do we got? So we have Red Sox 9, Orioles 5 in the top of the 9th. Mets 5, Marlins 1. And these are all games that are still active. White Sox 3, Astros 0. I like that. Love that, since the Mariners have been losing. Twins 6, Orioles 3. Cardinals 9, Blue Jays 4. Nice. And the Blue Jays are a playoff team, so you have to, it's like you guys are going back and forth. It's not, it's not going to be easy. And I thought that as far as an opening series, your guys' opening series might have been the best to start the year off. 2 teams that are really fun to watch that got a lot of weapons. Brewers 8, Cubs 2. Good for them to finally kind of get into a little bit of a rhythm after getting shut out in their first game. Angels and Athletics at 0. Same thing with the Diamondbacks and Dodgers. And then we got Mariners and Guardians still at 0. Just started off with Rockies and Padres. And then later today, Phillies and Rangers on ESPN at 4. I'll have to check out to see who they have doing the commentary for that. And then final scores, Rays, Tigers 5-1, Nats, Braves 4-1. Wow, the Braves lost. Wow. Yankees 6, Giants 0, and then Reds 3, Pirates 1. Okay. I always got to make sure I keep up with everything. It's a part of being a sport fanatic, right?
Let me tell you about the greatest roster ever assembled. The Monster, the Outlaw, you can't forget about the Boss. Sometimes you just want to be your heroes. The Subway Series, the greatest thing of all time.
From the places that pull us to the passions that push us, on the roads that unite us, NAPA has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing all cylinders.
Imagine a scrapbook filled with all your favorite memories of 75 years of NASCAR gone by. Now imagine that scrapbook going 190 miles per hour.
All right. I think I'm going to make a post now because, we're going to be going at 5 o'clock. So I might as well just make a post about WrestleMania. So let me do that real quick. Thank you for helping out on the Twitter. And like I said, hopefully we can get some more people. I mean, all I can do is just keep improving, every single piece that I do. And then it just depends on the algorithm if we end up getting people or, where they're deciding to go. And we're just going to keep grinding it out. But I like how the the thumb turned out for the NASCAR, and it's going to be cool as I'm able to implement other stuff for like NBA, and it's cool to be able to do like the cars and the driver. It lets you come up with a lot of different possibilities for sure. So, all right, let me try to go here. What are we doing? WrestleMania.
Laps complete. In Richmond, we had a competition caution at lap 30. We've just had the second one as Denny Hamlin sent J.J. Yaley to the wall, and that 15 car hit the wall rear end first, and as we all discussed during break, the back of that car folded up as intended with the 2023 modifications.
All right, I'm making the post now.
More of a crush zone, and that rear end was durable.
Yeah, I mean, Kurt Busch had pointed out, this is probably the worst one we've seen this year, and this is race number 7, so it definitely got put to the test there.
I'll try to keep Yaley in the race. The only car off track right now is Ricky Stenhouse, who had fluid leaking, and they put him behind the wall during the competition yellow.
I think every driver out there is going to see that when they watch this race back, see that crunch zone in there. That's so important to the safety of these drivers. Have to have those crunch zones.
Ross Chastain on the only short track where he has ever led on in the Cup Series. This is the third time that he has led in Richmond. He and William Byron come to the green flag.
Let's go.
Kyle Young in that 5 all the way to the apron trying to get by. That's going to let Byron get by on the outside of Chastain.
And here comes Harvick on the inside with a launch.
He got it. Wow. Hope they tried to fill that gap. Chastain was trying to block, couldn't get down. Well, we're back to that 2-horse battle I was talking about.
Just one as a horse of a different color.
Unbelievable. These two have been battling each other in front of this field of a NASCAR race. What is it, 4 races now?
Same song, second verse, pretty much, but don't keep your eye off that. Take your eye off that car on the inside back there beside Chastain. Kevin Harvick, that boy, he just keeps coming.
All right. Got the community page done.
To your point, Larry, this is probably as far forward as he's been this early in a long time.
Now, what's going on here? We had about a dozen cars that pitted for 4 Chris tires, and a lot of these cars are in this group right here, overtaking cars, even though they were only 6 laps on their tires.
Gosh, Larry, you only have 10 cents.
Smoke them while you got them, man. Especially if your car's not driving good.
Now outside of Keselowski for 7th place.
But you did, Larry, but it's almost like at this point in the race where they didn't have very many laps on their tires anyway.
Oh, Julio just went yard, I think. Oh, Julio. Yeah, Julio with his first dinger. Woo! There we go, baby. There we go. Julio. 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 Hell yeah. There we go. All right, I got the Instagram on there.
Right behind them, Chase Briscoe before the caution. Briscoe was up rim riding around the wall, and now with fresh tires, he's found his way to the bottom of the racetrack. There's the Ford onboard camera riding on the bumper of Ryan Blaney.
Okay, let's see if that came through. That looks like it did. And I got to go to.
Chris Buescher, the inside of Austin Dillon. And there are the 2 Toyotas, Hamlin and Truex, trying to gain some ground from 17th.
And right now, Mark Tripp Jr., the 19, he's the highest rated driver.
Okay, got one more thing to do, and we'll be there. 13 to go before stage 1. Just want to make sure I get this all situated now. I mean, the same people that were with me, will be there at that time. So.
Talking about that steering again, still struggling with it. He knew as soon as he got in that car,
Okay.
started warming his tires up on the parade laps, he was in trouble. Fighting it out there. Not liking what he feels in his steering wheel.
Oh, no worries, man. Yeah, I'm watching it as well.
You know, it takes you right to the second car too. Already 14 laps down, unfortunately, with a really fast car and a great opportunity with starting position. Probably would have had those things nipped in the bud of a practice session.
Byron trying to drive away from Kyle Larson. The gap is 1 second. Chastain, though, has a rear full of Harvick.
The computer. Oh, it's all good.
Jamie.
Like the only comparable race to Richmond that we've had this year is at Phoenix, and those two drivers in the front right now dominated that race.
Byron, Larson, Chastain, Harvick, Reddick round out your top 5. Logano, Bowman, Big Bad Brad, Christopher Bell, and Chase Briscoe in your top 10. Where is our boy Kyle? Busch, 12th place. Let's go.
Look at that rear blade, that rear spoiler. It's only 2 inches high. That just can't create a whole lot of rear downforce.
Yeah, I mean, they took rear and front downforce away, but there is a little bit of a shift to the front. It took more rear away than the front.
All right, 9 to go. 8 to go.
That's the brake bias. You can adjust front to rear. That's pretty much the only adjustment you've got inside that race car.
Chase Briscoe currently 12, trying to battle for a stage point here. 7 laps from now, the end of stage 1. The stage is
Where's Joey at? 6th.
and 170.
Byron, Larson, Chastain, Harvick, Reddick, Logano, Bowman, Big Bad Brad, Christopher Bell, and Briscoe. Where are the point standings? Bowman, 226. William Byron, 2 wins. Busch win. Logano win. Reddick win. Stenhouse win. Ross Chastain right there, right there. 6 to go. She's got 14 points, but, you know, like I said, she's going to have a monster finish. They got to slow the game down.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. You can't put any tape on the radiator inlet, but you can put tape over the brake ducts on the left and right. I wouldn't be surprised to see that start happening to put a little more heat on the brakes.
41, Ryan Preece.
LSU is damn good. I think that's really what it comes down to. I mean, you know, like you said, you know, to be able to even get past, you know, South Carolina, but you know, it's like they're almost in the same scenario as they were with the, you know, the other matchup. Instead of being the hunter, they're kind of being the hunted. So if Iowa's, you know, it was kind of being the underdog role instead of being the favorite. Sometimes that mentality changes things when you're on the court, you know. Even if both teams are pretty fucking equal, you know, the role changes. You went from the you know, the hunter and being the underdog. You found a way to beat the number 1 team that was undefeated with Dawn Staley. And then now you're being hunted, even though the gap was only 1.5. But it's going to take a tremendous effort out of Caitlin Clark. But, I mean, I don't think it's impossible to think that she can't do it. I mean, she might end the game with 30 or 40. 2 to go. I'm rooting for them. I mean, no disrespect against LSU, but I'd rather have Iowa win. And obviously, Caitlin Clark is great for the sport. Great for basketball in general, men or women's. I don't think I've seen a player like this in quite some time. And Sabrina was great. Paige Buekas is pretty awesome as well. And we've had a few others, you know, in years past. But in the last couple years, you've started to see like the talent kind of go up a couple notches. Byron is your stage 1 winner.
William Byron has just become the first Cup driver with 5 stage wins in just 7 races to start the season.
Damn, he's got that many? Could be a William Byron championship here.
For less than $5 a day, you can own your very own Tracker Off-Road or a brand new Tracker Boat Motor and Trailer package, the fastest growing off-road brand in America, and the world's #1 best-selling fishing and pontoon boats are built by and sold factory direct at Bass Pro Shops and other select dealers. This offer just extended. Receive a Bass Pro Shops gift card worth $500 or more. Escape into the great outdoors with Tracker boats and ATVs.
Papa John's just flipped pizza night on its head. This is the new crispy parm pizza, and it puts toasted Parmesan where it's never been before.
Oh, he crushed it.
Introducing the crispy parm pizza only from Papa John's.
$3.95 out of Port Hope, Ontario, Canada.
Opposite field. Back. Gone. Woo. Heck yeah, baby. Yeah. Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Can't believe we lost with fucking Logan Gilbert yesterday. You know what I mean? That shows you, just because you have a top guy, number 1, number 2, number 3, sometimes you'll get roughed up in these games early on, especially if none of the fucking guys can hit. And that's a little concerning for the Mariner fans where we've seen a lack of production, in some of these games. They have to be better. And the Guardians are a good team too, so I already knew as another playoff team, just like with the Blue Jays and your Cardinals, Sarah, I already knew that we weren't going to win all of them. I knew it was going to be very close, maybe split 2-2 or something. So, yes, he is. Bass Pro Shop, yes. This is Mike's second home. Bass Pro Shops. Appreciate you. $5 holla. 95 to go. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Let me know what you want to see for a particular person. If you need a little good juju, I can always throw up some Caitlin Clark or something. If you want me to throw up a couple of that, we can do NASCAR driver. We can do a little Caitlin Clark, whatever you want. Oh, I just saw the list with Cheryl Swoops. Wow. Holtzclaw. Oh, I remember her. Tarasi. Yeah, I remember all these. I watched all those ladies, so that's some pretty good. So now she'll be like the number 1 scorer. Yeah, she's special. Julio home run was nice. Okay, we'll do it for him. $5. Let's get to a hundo.
He's already bumped into William Byron, my little brother, and he's good on these worn-out older tracks, so I'm keeping my eye on Chastain. Well, as you're going back ones to watch here at the end of stage 1.
He is right, Mike. You took the whole organization 2 weeks in a row.
I'm going to defend you. Dealing with us, you reserve that right. It does say ones to watch, so you're right.
Not just one.
You each make a pick, and then I get the field. I have to pick one.
Here we go.
Hey, bring it.
Oh, my Kevin Harvick is having issues with the drive off in that race car. Pinpointed that it's the biggest thing he wants fixed right now. The center's going to get better. He feels like in the one of Ross Chastain, the rear grip goes away too quick. It starts to run good, but he's worried about long runs, Jamie.
5 of Kyle Larson says he feels like he's charging the corners a little too hard.
Still miss this damn M&Ms though. Colorful. Just like his personality. Colorful.
Your race off pit road, sponsored by Ram. Byron Larson, Chastain, Harvick, Logano all hold station. Bowman, Keselowski, and Briscoe pick up a few spots. Stage 1 complete. William Byron, the Stage 1 winner, and the restart coming up.
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
No, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see how Geico could help you save on homeowners insurance.
Nice tip. I'll give you $2 for the chair.
2? That's a Victorian antique.
All right. How much for the recliner then?
Wait, how did that get out of here? That is definitely not for sale.
Is this a yard sale?
LSU is pulling away.
Geico. It's easy to switch and save on homeowners and renters insurance.
49-38. Oh, that's tough.
125 years. From dirt track to super speedway and every track in between. Never backing down. Pushing boundaries and giving it everything we've got. Yeah, we've come a long way. But there's still a lot more road to run. Goodyear, the official tire of NASCAR.
Hey, what's good, brother? LG 22B Plus, formerly known AKA Slackers. How are you, brother? Hope you're doing well. Nice. We're good, man. You know, just grinding it out. Just, you know, trying to put my, put my hat into many different things and just having a good day. We have WrestleMania night number 2 coming up, and I'm ready to go. It should be a lot of fun. I'll give you a little preview here. Let's take this down and
It's a perfect fit for my small business.
WrestleMania 39, watch party number 2, night number 2. Let's go. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time.
It's time to hit refresh.
Yeah, but just following, this women's championship with LSU and Iowa, watching NASCAR, watching baseball, just trying to keep up with a little bit of everything. Nice, brother. Like I said, with social media, whether, it is Twitch or TikTok or YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, whatever it is, Snapchat, all the different things, all the different platforms, it's always about consistency, and it's very difficult, to grow no matter who you are, you know what I mean? Unless you're like super rich or super connected, and you just got to keep grinding and putting in the work, man. I mean, I try to set the example, when I'm doing my grind. Some people are willing to put in the work, and some people are willing to talk about putting in the work. But I mean, it's not easy, and you also have to make sure you have some good me time too, or you're going to get burnt out. So, all right, we're 79 laps in NASCAR Cup Series. Toyota Owners 400 from Richmond Raceway. Green flag racing, 5 wide. Let's go. Clark has 3. Uh-oh, that's not good. That'll be like what happened with Timmy with Gonzaga. You get someone in foul trouble too early like that, you're screwed. And if the Iowa role players can't step up, this is going to get out of hand. And I'm really rooting for you. But maybe, like I said, the championship game maybe was like the other one with South Carolina. Sometimes that game before the championship. But does LSU have better role players than Iowa? Or are they about even? 12-point lead. That's not what you want to see. They got to be able to get more aggressive. They can't be timid. They can't be intimidated. They have to go out there and be physical and aggressive. Looks like LSU's been a little bit more aggressive, kind of taking it at them. Byron, Larson, Chastain, Harvick, Logano are in your top 5. Bowman, Bell, Briscoe, Big Bad Brad, and Kyle Busch round out your top 10. Yeah, they are. They're there. Yeah. It's like maybe they should have had LSU as the 1.5 or 2-point favorite, and maybe the mentality would have changed instead of being like the favorite, being the underdog and keeping that, and maybe they gave all they had in that South Carolina game, and maybe they just don't have enough here. I mean, sometimes you spend a lot of energy mentally and physically, but it's only 10. You just got to make sure that it doesn't escalate. And obviously, Clark cannot get that fourth foul early in the second half, or it'll be over. More than likely. All right, we're 85 laps in. Yeah, I see that. But it's not like you guys have lost a lot. 6. That's fantastic. I mean, anything that's under 10, you're balling, but especially if you're in the 6 or 7 or less range. But again, some people go undefeated, but that doesn't mean you're going to stay undefeated. Yeah, but they're very good. I saw an interview with their 2 best players a couple days ago on LSU.
Jamie, it looks like they just keep making that car better every stop.
That's exactly right, Larry. I'm looking at him. He's up 14 spots since the start of the race, and I talked to his crew chief, Paul Wolf, before the start of the race. He said last year here at Richmond overall, we were down on.
Oh, damn it. Now we're down 3-1. Gonzalez gave up what did he do? Zunino homered. Bell and Jimenez scored. Fuck. Fucking Marco, idiot. Damn it. Fucking Marco. I already knew it was coming, though. And that sucks because if we lost with, Gilbert, and we're definitely losing today with Marco pitching, but then we got George Kirby on Monday versus maybe Otani. I'll have to look to see if they plugged him into that spot yet. I'll look right now. All right, what do we got on Monday? All right, what do we got on Monday? It's Detmers, not Otani, but we get Kirby, and we're going to win that game with Kirby. So I just hate losing games. Fuck. 90 laps in.
On that list right here last week. He came within 4 laps on his strategy and Rudy Fugle of winning that race. Very close. Let's go to the outside here.
Yeah, 17 points. I mean, it's not looking good. But remember when North Carolina last year, remember how it didn't look like, they were going to be able to, Kansas wasn't going to be able to come back, and they did. But, one team is definitely more aggressive than the other at this point. And yeah, I mean, if you can get it down to 8, with like 10 minutes to go, you'll have a shot because they can slow the game down and get free throws. But the way that they've been so aggressive, scoring, defense, 17 points. Yeah, never say never. I mean, if it was 20 points or more, then I would probably say, yeah, they might be cooked. But if it's 15 to 17, you just have to break it down mentally, drop it to 8, cut it in half with like 10 minutes. If it's 20 minutes, 10 minutes, cut it down in half, and then you got 10 minutes to make up, 4 or 5 baskets and get a little lucky. Maybe a, 3-point play, get free throws, slow the game down. It's not impossible, but Iowa has to be what LSU was in the first half, aggressive. And if they're not the aggressive team in the second half, yes, it will be over and it could get really ugly. Or if Clark gets that 4th foul early, it's definitely over and they'll lose by 20 or more. But hopefully they can make it interesting and, never say never. But yeah, it's definitely not looking good. Oh, we got a wreck. Oh, it's Chase Elliott. Never mind. Damn it. Josh Berry. How many more races until Chase comes back? Damn it.
Takes me back to those guys that took those tires early in this race.
Chase Elliott, baby. I need him back.
And Blaney was penalized for speeding, trying to find his way back up through.
You know, as fast as he caught him there, guys, I really thought it was like, Barry had trouble and had to lift out of the gas to keep the car under.
Barry. Not the same as Elliott.
On purpose.
Nampa no have.
Caught him and didn't realize he
Damn, 17 though. Fuck.
for Blaney trying to overcome that speed.
Maybe they, like I said, maybe they just gave everything they had against South Carolina. And like I said, it's just, mentality in sports is a big part of it too, not just the physical part.
Barry couldn't get off the corner very good and eventually got
Oh, gosh, why did she have to have such a insane 21? I mean, that's like, and Clark is going to give you, something, but damn. I mean, talk about being on fire. That's terrible for you. You know what? But even if you guys do lose the championship, you have the best player in basketball right now. So nothing will ever take away from that. She is going to go down in history being from Iowa. Yes, it would have been great to, accomplish the championship with being player of the year, but sometimes it doesn't happen that way. And honestly, even if LSU wins the championship, think about it. What are they going to remember more? LSU winning or Caitlin Clark being Caitlin Clark? And the answer is Caitlin Clark. That's what we're going to remember 3, 4, 5, 6 years from now. You know what I mean? Like, some people will remember the LSU win, but most people will remember how great Caitlin Clark was this year and in her career. Facts. So, if you have to look at it from that perspective, it would be great to be a champion, but we already know how hard it is, to be able to get it done. I mean, I've seen Oregon in football in the championship twice, and I already knew that, the best chance we had was the first one against Cam Newton and Auburn. And if, we should have won that one, but all the others that we were in, like with Mariota, I already knew that there was no chance, but when you play a Big Ten or SEC school, it's not going to happen. But with Chip, with Chip Kelly, we had the tools, we had the play calling, we had the talent, we had LaMichael, we had DeAnthony, and that was the one where the guy rolled on the guy's back and then got the extra yards for the first down and we lost. And if that didn't happen, we would have won. But, I'm hoping one day that, Oregon can get a championship, but it's going to be very difficult. I know we can get to the championship game, from time to time, but, getting to the game and winning it all is two different things. So. All right, I'm going to take a peek at the Mariner game here. I already know Marco's just fucking terrible. Blazers, not going to watch that. Blazers are a fucking bench Dame, for the rest of the year for his health and everything. So, it's commercial. Of course it is. All right.
My symptoms are mild now.
I need to go get my Snapple. I'll leave you with some kabush.
Like being over 50, diabetes, or smoking increases your chances of severe COVID. Taken within 5 days of symptoms, Paxlovid reduced the risk of developing severe COVID-19 by 86%.
Paxlovid may strengthen or weaken other medicines. Taking it with certain medicines may cause life-threatening side effects or affect how Paxlovid works. So it's critical to tell your doctor about all medicines you take, including herbal supplements, because lab tests or changing the dose of your medicines may be needed. Tell your doctor if you have any serious illnesses, allergies, liver or kidney disease, are pregnant or plan to become pregnant, are breastfeeding, or use birth control. Paxlovid may affect how your birth control works. Don't take Paxlovid if you're allergic to nirmatrelvir, ritonavir, or any of its ingredients. Serious side effects can include allergic reactions, liver problems, and issues with HIV medicines. Other side effects include altered taste, diarrhea, high blood pressure, muscle aches, abdominal pain, nausea, and feeling unwell.
With my asthma, I knew it could be riskier. It's COVID. Paxlovid.
Ask your doctor or pharmacist if Paxlovid is right for you.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day. Stretch the weekend. Haul or tow. Just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built for tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you. Because this isn't just about our capability. It's about yours. Football is back. USFL kickoff weekend. April 15th, the USFL returns to Memphis after 40 years. It's a special season opener the city will never forget. Then it's a prime-time spectacular at Birmingham welcomes back the 2022 champs in a Saturday night kickoff. Joey Logano had to pit for a second time for the same reason Kevin Harvick had a slow stop. Watch the tire changer. Now he loosens up that wheel, resets it on the hub to make sure that it's flush, and then tightens it. Sometimes that nut can be tight, but the wheel isn't flush. So
Flip side of this, watch the right front here. He goes to put it back on. Gun was going the wrong way, tried to change it back, had to jack the car up to get it.
they pit it from fourth and fifth, and will restart out back as William Byron moves it back to green with Kyle Larson. Ross Chastain. Now it's Roman Christopher Bell up in the top four.
All right, 32 laps in of the 160 until we get to stage 2. We're about a quarter of the way done through the race. All right, no worries. I just checked up on Paisley. She's kind of sleepy. Gave her a hug, got a couple kisses, and she's just relaxing.
Slots into fourth. There's your guy, Larry.
A little bit closer to the front. The closer he gets, the better air that car has on it, the better that baby's going to handle.
They just keep chipping away. Right behind him, you see that Parker State car, Daniel Suarez, that 99. Mike, that's what paid dividends from making that additional stop. It made them be able to make up a lot of ground, and now it's kind of in the thick of things.
Byron, Larson, Chastain, Bowman, Christopher Bell in your top 5. Daniel Suarez, Big Bad Brad, Martin Truex Jr., Chase Briscoe, and Kyle Busch in your top 10. And then we'll end up watching this second half of the women's. I'll keep posted on the Mariners fucking up with Marco Gonzalez pitching. And then we'll have this race, and then we'll end up getting to the point where we will be doing WrestleMania. 3-1. Fucking A, man. Fucking Marco. Marco's got 1 fucking K. Terrible. 10.13 ERA. Terrible. Fucking Marco. Stinks. I thought Robbie Ray stinks. Marco's even worse. We got to replace those guys. All right, no worries, man. Do what you got to do. I'm going to be here all day. So after this is over, I'm going to be here tonight for WrestleMania. So if you can come back at any point, cool. If not, I'm going to be streaming almost every day. So, you take care of yourself and the grandkids there and your stomach. I get it, man. And like I said, I'm going to keep grinding it out, man. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you when you see you if you have to dip out. No worries. Cool camera angle. Clear. Hunt Brothers Pizza. What is Hunt Brothers Pizza? Is that a Midwest or like South brand or East Coast brand? I have never heard of Hunt Brothers Pizza. Where is that located? Must be like a Midwest thing or something. Or like East Coast. I guess it could be West Coast, like California or something, but I've never heard of it. Oh, wow. Really? Jeez. Another cool camera angle. Fox, FS1. And then when we get to NBC, then I get to get some Dale Jr. and I get that broadcast. Yeah, it's hard to make up ground here. I mean, it's like if you're like in 12th place, you're not going to be able to get all the way up in the top 5 very quickly. It takes a lot of time here. Midwest and South. Okay. Have you had it before? Is it good? Yeah, most of the time, those are my guesses whenever I see. And then we obviously know NASCAR, obviously a lot of the roots in like North Carolina, and a lot of it is from the Midwest and the South. Not that we don't have great drivers there here on the West Coast. Some of the best drivers have come out here from California, but well, Jimmy and Jeff, baby. God, they're going so quick. It's like they had the camera angle from the one side and then the opposite side. The camera angles have been a little bit better in this race but obviously this is FS1. This is not Fox. So I don't know if there's necessarily a difference when the FS1 broadcast, Fox broadcast, like if they have different people working the cameras and whatnot, but very cool. All right, Guardians, Mariners. Let me see if I can. What are we at there? Julio. I got called out. Damn it. Damn, Julio just got called out. Colton Wong fouled. 3-1 Guardians, bottom of the third. It's like, I know every time I'm not doing the Mariners, it's like, the sports gods are like punishing me. They're like, you're not doing Mariners, so you're not winning. All right, well, fuck. I better get back to it then, huh?
They're small. Just go to eBay Motors where the check is a guaranteed fit. That's right.
All good, brother. Oh, really?
Mama's opinion, she's the one.
And a surprise departure shakes up the farm.
I don't do all of that.
All new Farmer Wants a Wife. Wednesday at 9 on Fox. With Allegra, allergies don't hold us back. Allegra starts working 2 times faster than Claritin. And online search
UFC parent company Endeavor. Interesting. We'll see if it's legit or not, though. It could be from, CNBC.com or any name, but. Interesting. I don't know if that's good or bad, though. I mean, I guess it just depends if they let the people, that are running it stay running it, or if they have other people come in and they try to run it. Because you got to think, if you don't got the right people running it, the company could be in trouble, based off like booking and matches and stuff, depending on if you get someone else's narrative, if they want, WWE and their vision, like how Vince had it. Hopefully we have everyone just stay the same roles. And then it's just that money, that company is making the money now. They just take over getting money and then they just leave everything alone. But we will see. We'll find out tomorrow if that's really true or not. I mean, that shit has been rumored from 3 different companies that would possibly be interested, or groups, Saudi group and then a couple American groups and, different people putting their money together, but nothing ever came into fruition. But we'll see if it comes to light tomorrow.
Kyle Larson hunting the lead from his Hendrick teammate, William Byron.
Let's go, Kyle.
They have 2.5 seconds on the field right now.
Over the last few laps, Kyle Larson has been about a tenth faster than his teammate. He's going to get to the outside here, right on the front straightaway. See if he can get it on the outside going through 1 and 2.
Get him outside.
Pretty impressive. Nobody else has been able to do that. Drive up past William Byron. These two have battled it out this year. Unbelievable. The performance in both of those cars, both of those teams. With this package in particular, this low downforce package.
Conor McGregor.
What they have going on to balance their it's not the louvers. We know that. Tired of that conversation. It's over. Still the same.
There's some 2014 audio.
Overall verdict for these tires. Pretty tight. Center 1 and 2. Drive is as good as last run. Probably running throttle.
Interesting.
Less overall grip on these tires. Not as good a drive on.
Yeah, and I got another thing here. It says WWE in advanced talks to be sold to Ari Emanuel's Endeavor Group, the parent company of UFC. The deal would combine UFC and WWE into one publicly traded company. A deal could be announced as soon as Monday or Tuesday. Vince McMahon is expected to be executive chairman, so he's still going to be in charge or have a role in it, while Endeavor president Mark Shapiro will also work in the same role at the new combat sports and entertainment company. So when we had Vince and then he went away, and now, so pretty much Vince is running it again, it looks like. So it's like this whole creative control being Triple H and Stephanie and Khan. Maybe for a couple weeks they were doing it, but Vince has always had his fingers and all over the company. And now it seems like they're just selling it to get a lot of money. You know what I mean? And then also he's still going to be in charge. I don't know if this is going to be good or not. Hope so.
Here in his rookie season, running 10th right now. And I talked to Chris Gale, his crew chief, and he said, the finishes have been great. Our execution has not been great. We need to get better at executing our races from top to bottom, and it starts here at Richmond. For the time won an Xfinity race here last year, they felt like they would be pretty good, and so far execution has been good, and their changes have certainly been good to the 54 house.
Mike, people ask me all the time headed into the season of expectations of a rookie in the Cup Series, and I say run all the laps, because the longest distance between 2 points is between the Xfinity garage and the Cup garage.
There's Ty Gibbs on that list of Xfinity fastest laps. In fact, the first 3 are all Toyotas, Bell, Truex, and Gibbs. Well, Gibbs was rash and kind of brash in winning that Xfinity championship last year. But you're right, he is making a believer out of people as a rookie in the Cup season. He's done a very good job in this early season.
Trying to pick up lap traffic for the first time of these leaders. It's very interesting who can get through these lappers the best and who has that maneuverability in their race car. One of them that I'm looking at is Bowman. We talked about him not being.
All right, 63 laps in out of 160 in stage 2, 133 out of 400. And we'll see how long this goes for. I mean, we're at 133 and 400. I mean, I would assume, hopefully this will end before we get into WrestleMania. Otherwise, I'll have to cut it off, slightly and get ready for that. So, we got another run. Suarez reached on an infield single to second. Wong scored France to second. There we go. Yeah, but the thing is, no matter if he says he's going to retire, it's never true. This is his company. This is Dad's company. There's no way that he's just going to be able to walk away. What is Vince going to do? He already has all the money in the world. He likes to be able to have control. I just don't see him ever giving up creative control until he passes away. I really don't think it's ever going to happen unless he's like mentally unstable, sick, hospital, bedridden. I just don't see him not being involved, completely or partially until, as long as he has, a right to be into the company, even if it's sold. I don't know. I just don't see it ever changing. So I don't know if that's good or bad, for WWE. I mean, if it ends up being like the old booking, like when we were in COVID, then this is going to be terrible. But if it ends up being more of like what we feel with the Triple H kind of vibe, and maybe putting his spin on it, a little bit more for the fans and, making it a little bit better experience, better matchups, better storyline, better everything, It's like Vince has this kind of vision of what he sees wrestling is, and it's not the same as people that are watching it. It's like he decides, where he wants to put the pieces and who wants to be champ. But I think a lot of the fans don't agree with a lot of the things, and a lot of stuff you could have like good matches on paper, but they would end shitty, or the matchups would be terrible where you'd have one athletic guy and one, just big, slow guys. So, oh, Mariners scored again, 4-3 Mariners. Let's go. There we go. Cal Raleigh doubled to center. France scored and Suarez scored. Let's go. Nice comeback. 4-3. All right, I got to click it over for a second. Well, hopefully, obviously the numbers were much better, with NASCAR, and I love being able to spend, time with Mike and a lot of the people. But gosh, it's just like if it's going to be like this, throughout the whole season, instead of us getting like 1,000 to 5,000 views, and it's going to be like 100 to 400 or 100 to 500, sucks kind of, because it's like, if I have a better opportunity of doing like Mariners and gaining more ground with more people, more views, maybe people that will actually sub, that's kind of tough, because it's like if you're going to be going for 3, 4, 5 hours, you want to make sure that at least you hope to get enough people in the room, enough people that possibly could either sub or donate or share or comment. But it's like they definitely aren't pushing the channel like they did last year. The views it's like completely cut off, so that's unfortunate. You know what I mean? Because I really do love NASCAR. But I guess it's just going to come down to, I have to make a calculated decision. I mean, I do love doing this, every week, but it's like, man, if we're going to be doing 4 or 5 hours and everything is going to be limited, is it really worth it? It is worth it when I can hang out with you and Mike and a few other people, but overall, it's, things need to improve. But again, it's all about the algorithm and everything that they got going on. And I was really thinking that if we could, capitalize off what we did last year, I was thinking maybe NASCAR and baseball, we could kind of gain some ground. But again, they have their favorites, they have their algorithms, and then, they decide who they decide to promote and recommend for who's streaming. And if they don't do that, then you're fucked. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love this, but you know what I mean? Just for the, where we're going to be sitting, it's not necessarily going to be worth my time. I mean, if I could do Mariners, and we might be in the same spot, but all right, no worries, Mike. Take care, brother. And it kind of sucks too, because like I said, I really do enjoy the people that I can watch this with, but also people have to show up. You know what I mean? It's like, if you're going to be spending that much of your time, if this was something where I had 2, 3, 4 jobs and this was just like a part-time for fun and it's not my career, type of thing, then, this wouldn't be an issue. This would just be like, well, whatever. But when we're doing this full time and, you're trying to be able to make a living, and every minute counts, every hour counts of your time and whatnot, I could be spending it with Paisley or, or doing something else. But it sucks. I mean, like I said, I really thought we were going to be able to capitalize off last year. But again, you just never know. I just need to figure out one thing that can help us, one thing, whether that's baseball. Obviously the NFL market is tough. College football, I'm not sure if there's, enough there, but I'll continue to do it. NASCAR was good last year in my first year, but they haven't helped us this year at all. Baseball, I feel, is the one that we can probably have the most traction on and stuff, but even that is a niche thing, but it is what it is, At least we have WrestleMania. Battlehawks. Caw-caw! Nice win. I mean, like I said, I'm going to enjoy, doing this, no matter what. But of course, it's always funner when you can have more people in the room, more conversations, get some more newbies to come through, and then obviously, when you have more interaction, there's going to be a better chance to get to the goal instead of, not even getting anywhere near it. So.
Chase Briscoe riding 11th. Kyle Larson, your leader now, up by 2.5 seconds. We're going to break away now to be back for pit stops.
Targets are on site.
Were you followed? No. You have the assets? It's all here, as we discussed.
But I think you understand what I'm saying. Because, I mean, at this point, I could have did the Mariners game. And obviously, I love NASCAR, but Mariners are going to be ahead of NASCAR for me. And, even if it's Marco Gonzalez and whatnot. But, and again, we could have something kind of similar, but it's like, I definitely am going to have to kind of evaluate. Yeah, I mean, I have been looking to see what like other people, I have been looking to see what other people are getting, and even some of the other, people. It seems like the numbers are down in general. They're not as high. It's not as high as it was. So. Yeah.
I need to try it first.
I mean, I wish the Mariners game wasn't already going because, I mean, at this point, I could have just, maybe ended this and then started that one and then did WrestleMania and whatnot. But I don't know. Not everyone is, like, not everyone is like us where we like everything. You know what I mean?
I'm a first responder. So I'm exposed. Other people are exposed to me. This is part of why I
told you. There you go. What did I tell you? I talk shit into existence sometimes.
I want to make sure that they're not going to lose this human connection with their friends again.
To learn more about the COVID-19 booster, visit vaccines.gov or call 211.
So you came out there with a 15-6 because they beat you 27-22, but they really fucked you up in the second quarter, 32-20. That's where they got that big lead. But you got your run. Like I said, if you can start the fourth quarter being down by 8 points or less, or even having it be closer than that, there's going to be a very good chance that you guys are going to come out and you could come back and win this. It's not impossible when you got the best player in college basketball that's got 22 points.
This man needs updated COVID protection. So does she. Yep. These guys too. Because COVID is still out there. And so are you. And if your last vaccine was before September 2022.
Yeah. Plus, I like to be able to do a little bit of everything to have a little bit of variety and whatnot. So, a little baseball, a little NASCAR, a little football, a little wrestling. But especially if it's like, I'm doing, prep work and, I'm doing all these different things. And then with the photos and it definitely is a little disheartening and whatnot, but.
Kyle Larson, your leader, 3 seconds ahead of William Byron. Here are the marching ants through GPS technology to especially help the fellows back in the studio keep track of the race. And the production truck, we just saw Tyler Reddick on pit road, Larry. Yeah, this is the window is open.
All right, I'm going to do the post for WrestleMania on Twitter now.
That one-stop race right there. One stop during the stage.
You nailed it. Here they all come. Truex. Kyle Busch is on the way.
Riggin.
Mike Martin still fighting with that steering issue as he has been all day long. Race car at the table.
I mean, we'll get more people showing up for this, that's for sure.
Mr. Kyle Busch in the 8 making his way down. He's like on takeoff. I feel like, all right, we got it. We're where we need to be. And then it just gets numb and it falls off. So more changes here. Air pressure for Kyle Busch. And you see the chassis adjustment there.
Christopher Bell getting 4. Comes Kyle Larson, 5. He's our leader. Could not sit out there and watch these guys come in and get these 4 fresh tires. Chastain as well. Back to Regan.
Ross Chastain, this whole run has been managing his rear tires. It's been an issue for them all day long. He's trying to fix it from the driver's seat and keep those tires underneath him better. Jamie?
All right, we're 91 laps in on stage 2 of 116. Everyone's hitting the pits now. Big contact with Larson there.
That was Daniel Suarez having to back up to get into his pit stall after that. Green flag stops continue. Here's Eric Almirola again. Eric Jones, Justin Haley finishing up. But beware Austin Cindric to pit road. So as you see on the pylon to the left, only 4 drivers have been out there since lap 65 or 6 now. As Hamlin cycles to the lead for the first time today.
Yeah, I don't see these drivers running very much longer because they're giving up so much time to these 4 fresh tires.
I guess you're just giving yourself an opportunity to see if that caution comes out with somebody slipping up, getting on the pit.
Yeah, it's you know what I mean? It's especially when we were having like really good numbers when we were getting pushed. You know, we were doing like 1,000 to 3,000, 4,000, 2,000, 6,000. We haven't even cracked over 500 on any of them. You know, so we might have to reevaluate because I mean, if no one is gonna show up and you know, like I said, there's gonna be a few people that will support like Mike. You know, and that definitely helps. You know, if we can get to the goal, with 1 or 2 people even, then it'll be worth it for me to do it. But, if we don't have some of the other, rigs and some of the other people show up, just grinding it out for this. And NASCAR is long. So it has to be worth it. Right. You know what I mean? Because if we're spending all this time and we're going to be sitting at $20 or lower, I might be able to do baseball and get the same amount or around the amount or maybe more, but it's like you want to feel appreciated and you want to make sure that, things don't drop off like that. But it shows you how fickle things are. And they, like I said, they control everything. And, I just figured that I didn't expect the numbers to be bigger from last year, but I just thought they would be more similar instead of just like not even like counting me as like you know what I mean? Like when you look up stuff, it's crazy to think that like, they don't even have me like listed in a lot of the stuff. It's like, how are people supposed to find me or look for me? It's like, if you're not giving the notifications, and then if you look up like NASCAR Cup Series Toyota Owners 400 live reactions, then you don't even like see me up there. So it's like, they're almost purposely like icing people out, cause like if it's a new person just looking, it would be nice to have all the people that are live, then they can go through and do that. But then what they do is they have a bunch of old stuff. They have, stuff that's, live streams and uploads that are from, earlier this year, last year, year before that. And then you keep scrolling and eventually you maybe will find some people that are live for the current event. But I mean, and then for them to be able to go, 30, 40, I mean, people aren't going to do that. It's like when you look on like a Google search, how many people go to the second or third page? Like nobody. Like everyone pretty much is on that first page. So if you're on the top or near the top, then you're going to get seen because people will click on you, but if you're not, then yeah, I don't know. It's just tough because I love being able to spend time with Mike and whatnot, but I'm not sure if this is going to be worth it. I do love it.
Cruz over 2. Somebody went down hard on a knee there. Kyle Larson getting into Daniel Suarez, just traffic jam there.
Sure was. They hit harder than I thought they did.
Yeah, they did hit pretty hard there. And like I said, I do love this. I love it like baseball. I love it like wrestling. I love it like, NFL and college football. But maybe just the fact that, Chase, isn't involved too. And I know there's a lot of people that are Chase fans and whatnot. So maybe him not racing, they're not watching as much, or if they are, they're just, not really into it as much and they're watching other things. I don't know, but. I mean, I think if overall, like, if things were better on the Dono side overall, then if you go through this and it ends up being underwhelming, you're okay. You're still going to be fine. But when everything is so limited, and you're kind of struggling, you can't afford to have, a 4 or 5 hour period where it's just like this. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, most points in NCAA history, another record.
take a wedge out. Let's go to our Toyota cutaway car. Let's talk about the rear wedge adjustment. It can happen in two different places. On the left rear of the car, on the right rear of the car. You can crank down on either one of those jack bolts, or you can back off, and that's either taking wedge in or wedge out. But how it works now with the coilover spring is you're pushing or pulling all. Now, if you put more pressure on the left rear, that puts wedge in to tighten it up. If you put pressure down on the right rear, that puts wedge out. That's if your car's too tight, and that's not what you want to have. That wrench needs to come back out.
69, 62.
That's a good point, Larry. They were actually putting wedge in that car as a rounded wedge. They were trying to get in. It tells me Ryan Blaney's loose out there. They got it tightened up. He just had to come back in so they could get the reach back. Value never by those guys. So not only did the changer, he tried to grab it, and when the carrier saw that he couldn't grab it, he tried as well.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm always used to having everything be just extra difficult and tough, so. I mean, at this point, I might as well just switch it over to the Mariner game. Larson, Byron, Bell, Bowman, and Ross Chastain in your top five. So what do we want to do? Do we want to just, obviously, with everything that's going on, I mean, we already got WrestleMania, coming up and whatnot. It's 4-3 top of the fifth with the Mariner game. I don't know. I don't really know what to do at this point. You know what I mean?
Keytruda is known to treat cancer. FDA approved for 16 types of cancer.
I mean, I think I'll be able to get most of the stuff done, but it's 4-4 now. Well, this baseball game is better than NASCAR at this moment. 4-4 top of the fifth. Come on, JP.
Jammed him with a cutter that was right in on his hands, but he was able to fight it off. Right off the label.
Ramirez got a breaking ball last time up and hit it to right center field. 4 runs, 6 hits for Cleveland, 4 runs, 7 hits for the Mariners. Sweet pitches. Basic. Marco's going to get you here.
He just missed with a changeup. He had a base hit.
All right, I'm switching things over.
Stays off with him the entire time. If he throws him a fastball, probably going to be a cutter right on off the plate. See if he chase it.
From one. Two outs, runner at first, not a big lead. And foul back.
Another changeup.
Yes. Two. Going back. Coming in. As we go bottom 5, locked up at 4-4. This is new Roundup Dual Action. This stuff doesn't just kill existing weeds down to the root. It keeps working for up to 4 months, from the first days of spring to the 4th day of
All right, let me see.
From summer beach days to pumpkin spice lattes. From sweltering days to sweater weather days, Roundup Dual Action kills existing weeds and keeps on working for up to 4 months. That's 120 days of days, guaranteed or your money back. Roundup Dual Action. This stuff works.
This is Ford Truck Month, America. Time to get up and get into Ford F-150, part of F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 46 years straight. All lived up and ready for work or play. Plus, there's a great selection in stock and ready for delivery today. So get into Ford Truck Month and see what a good Ford tough truck can do for you. Get 0.9 for 60 plus 3,000 low APR cash on the 2022 F-150 XLT only at your local Ford dealer.
Any small business owner will tell you it's a feat to stay in business. We were losing the battle, and we didn't know if we were going to make it. What Home Street Bank did for us was help us create a financial dashboard. We knew where our money was, where it was going, and how we could direct the business and make smart decisions. So thanks to Home Street, here we are 16 years later, and we're thriving in 2 communities that we absolutely adore.
All right, for your scheduling purposes tomorrow, here's what you want to look at. Mark down Root Sports 6P. You'll have the Mariners and the Angels, and in Root Sports Plus, some hockey action. The Kraken take on the Coyotes. Get another TV or laptop out so you can watch 2 things at once. Don't tell me you don't do it. Don't tell me that. One thing said I get 3 in this later. All right. We'll play top that. Yeah, I like it. That's a good setup. Ty France. Good day for him. Couple singles to center. Run scored back in the 3rd. Check the swing. We got a piece of it. Ty came into today's game 1 for 2 against Quantrill. He's 2 for 2 today.
And he got a break right there. Another fastball at the bottom of the zone and wasn't called. Take advantage of it. That's a really good count. 3 more.
Well, he's been consistent.
Yes, he has.
3-1. Third baseman. Arias one down. Checking with Piper. Piper, what's doing?
Thanks, guys. Well, the Mariners want their fans to know that they are listening to them, and that is
All right, hold on here.
Introducing the value menu. Last season, they have expanded their offerings this year to include some new items. Some of those new items include veggies and ranch, pretzels and hummus, and uncrustable peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And all items are between $2 and $4. So, guys, it's a great way to get a snack if you're on a budget at the ballpark.
All right, a lot of options. Gotta like that. 1 out. Here's Gino. RBI single to center back in the 3rd. Fly ball, well tapped, right center field. Got carry.
Let's go.
Gino digging hard. He's gonna have to hurry. He is in there. A 1-out double for Emmanuel Suarez. Here the Mariners fifth. Good vibes.
For the game, 3 of the guys in the lineup up to a good start, and they need to get Gino going. So next game for him. Back to below 106. A couple of hits, including a double.
He's done well. Cal pitch hit last night, struck out on 3rd strike. Coming out hot here today. To the home run. And Angels, with the lead, Angels with a 5-0 lead. Pathetic. Eagles come in 3 starting tomorrow. Good ball game this
this afternoon. First day game. Both teams. Townie just hit a home run as well. What do we have?
All right, trying to change everything here.
Warning on the pitcher. Could hear Brandon Miller home plate on fire. So tell me something to hit.
Well, halfway through the game, so at least I can enjoy that.
Brandon looked out to what's going on. You can't see into the back. He wasn't even looking out there yet. Broncos having some issues here. Today, 250. 41 5 on Friday. Selling 45 268 on Thursday. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's away from Zuniga. Gino the third.
I gotta delete some of the photos here. I ended the Twitter stream because once you have it locked into the initial thing, it just doesn't let you edit everything smoothly like once you already started. So I just gotta delete a few of these and I can always change it to, you know, like NASCAR at the very, very end, since that was like the first 2 hours. So because obviously if I leave it as a baseball thing and then it doesn't get into baseball until like 2 hours in, people are going to be confused. So
Today's the first time Cal has faced off against Buffalo. It's been a good day to this point. 2 for 2. 2 RBI. And that delay 2 pitches ago, Cal called the timeout. Here we go. 3-2. Drawing it infield. Put it in play.
there we go, Cal. RBI to Suarez, 5-4 Mariners. Let's go.
Lead again, 5-4. Here, 0 for 12 to start the season.
Nice job by Cal Raleigh with that RBI, 5-4.
Fastball's up and away, which, like the earlier, is fouled off. And then he pitches.
Nice job, Cal. Teoscar Hernandez. Back to the wall. Damn.
Comes out. And the Mariners have chased Cal Quantrill. We're in the 5th inning. The Mariners have a 5-4 lead. Every day there will always be bumps in the road. But we've got guts, America. We got power. We got future. So let's drive on and make the future we want to see together. So stop by your Ford dealer today and claim one of the thousands of new Ford trucks and SUVs on their way. It's 0% for 36 months plus $2,000 on a qualifying trade. for an in-stock 2022 Estate, only at your local Ford dealer.
With the Venture X card from Capital One, you earn 2
Yeah.
miles on every purchase. They're always canceling. You're being too loud.
Down by 10. I mean, you got 8 minutes left. It's not impossible, but you have to win this quarter. You know, it has to be a dominant fourth quarter to even have a shot. So.
You can stream any game, whether you're home or away. Switch to T-Mobile today and get ready for the free MLB TV. Redeem now through April 3rd at T-Mobile.com/MLB.
Plenty of entertainment options here at T-Mobile Park. Bears have a 5-4 lead. And they actually started Cal Quantrill. They got Washington third. 8 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them are earned. He's responsible for the base runner, which is Cal Raleigh at first. 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 89 pitches.
Okay. I feel weird I'm not all dressed up watching this since we were doing NASCAR and whatnot, but we'll have all right, let me see if everything got changed there. It looks like it did. Wish I would have known about this and I could have ended up making a different thumbnail and whatnot, but just for what we're doing for now.
Starts him off with a slider. Tim Aaron at Terre Haute, Indiana. 26 years old. And then a wild pitch. Cal to second base. Cleveland is their third. Another breaking ball. Delivery super low.
It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like if you can get people to, like, even if you have a small group, but if you can get the donos, then it's worth it. You know what I mean? Even if it's a very, very small, group, but if, you have a small group and then there's no donos and, it kind of makes it difficult to kind of want to keep going, when there's obviously something else on that, I would be watching. So at the same time, I don't know what this means about the future for me with it. I don't want to give up on it. You know what I mean? But we have to, everything is calculated, and until I get to a point where we, automatically have a lot of people in the room all the time and we don't ever have to worry about this ever again, then, we got to just be able to kind of go through the different options. 5-4 Mariners, bottom of the 5th, runner at second, 2-2 count. Got him. As we're going to the top of the 6th, I'm going to go change. I got to go put the Mariner gear on. Even if it's only for 3 innings. All right. Give me a second.
You made yourself a priority by adding priority boarding to twice the card you were after adding 2 times the miles on gas, rideshare, and streaming services. And the $99 companion badge at any of the airlines flights. Gorgeous. Are you ready? Okay. Is that too much?
Yes, if I have home insurance through Hippo, this could have been avoided. Just watch the ad to see why.
Mark and Sam both have home insurance. Mark got home insurance through Hippo that comes with a smart home sensor. When it notified him that there's a leaking pipe, he was able to fix it immediately and took his son to play with buckets in the sandbox. Sam has old home insurance, so he's collecting buckets of water.
Because you don't have home insurance through Hippo.
Visit hippo.com and upgrade your home insurance.
Introducing Blue Land, a revolutionary way to clean that saves you money. Our tablets combine with water to make a powerful cleaning solution. Blue Land cuts grease and grime without harmful ingredients. And it's proven to be effective, with refills that cost only $2.25. Save money and space without the plastic waste. Shop now at blueland.com/TV.
Friends, baseball and Root Sports is brought to you by your Western Washington Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. And by the Washington State Department of Revenue, returning forgotten money to people like you daily. Visit claimyourcash.org. Father's Day, the big crowd. Kids opening day, 5-4 Mariners back and forth we go. Good crowd out of the pen and all around the ballpark. And Marco Gonzalez will leave with a chance to win this ball game after 5 minutes.
6 hits, 4 runs. They were earned, gave up 1 3-run homer.
All right.
Mike Zunino has the one that hurt him, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, 69 pitches.
Time now for a big plumbing call to the fans. Second appearance. Let's come over to the Mariners. Trevor Gott.
What's good? I usually don't start a stream and then switch it up halfway through and change my clothes and everything. But, you know, sometimes you have to make an adjustment or a change. And this is actually a really good game. And with NASCAR, I know it's going to finish, you know, awesome like it always does. But, and then we're going to be doing WrestleMania coming up here in a couple hours. So sometimes you got to make a tough decision, a business decision, you know, and go from there. And I turned the Twitter one off because it was still linked to the NASCAR, but you know, 20, 30 extra views, no big deal, whatever. So now we're here and we got more people now here. So like I said, you know, I think baseball's a little bit easier than NASCAR. NASCAR is such a niche group. It's like probably the hardest to grab people besides maybe NHL. You know, it's like it's very, very niche, but I think baseball is a little easier to grab people than those two, than NHL or NASCAR, because you have to, such a niche, you know, it's like you either love it or you don't watch anything of those things. You know, it's like there's no in between for NHL and NASCAR people, really. It's like you're either all in or you're all out. Got him with the punch out. Let's go. How are you doing? You feeling a little bit better? Gonzalez with the chopper. Get him. There we go. 2 away. Running out of time. 85-71. Looks like Iowa might not be able to come back. Sorry about that. You know, but at least you got the best player in the world, Sarah. So at least you got that.
Too many people would disagree with one of the leaders on the club.
Oh, damn it. Big double there. Yeah, not a lot of people are. Yeah, but like I said, I always try to give everything kind of a fair shot, and I'm always trying to put, you know, my hat into many different things, you know, just to see what will stick. But, you know, it seems like, you know, once I start getting excited about something where we're going to be able to have some growth and, you know, then, you know, the algorithm changes and then they just, you know, I'm back at square one again. And then, I got to go to something else. But I figure that the thing that I like the most, and I think the thing that's going to, you know, grow the most is going to be, since we're not in football season right now, you know, as well, obviously with the wrestling and with the baseball. So I'd hate to give up on NASCAR altogether because there's people that I really do enjoy, like Mike there. But again, if, you know, views are limited and people aren't showing up and the donos aren't there, why would I do it for 4 or 5 hours? It just doesn't make any sense, especially if there's something at the same time that I know I can get more people and then we might be able to get better results. So, you know, and we've done, you know, 5 or 6, you know, races so far, and all of the numbers on the NASCAR side are so much dramatically lower than last year. So I don't know if this is the beginning of the end for NASCAR, but I mean, we'll have to evaluate, you know, with what's going on. Five, 4 Mariners, top of the 6th. Runner at second. 2 outs. Andres Jimenez in the box. See what Gott can do. I wasn't really too impressed the first time I saw him. But considering we lost with Logan Gilbert on Julio bobblehead day, if we can win with Marco Gonzalez, that would be awesome. One-two pitch. Jimenez popped up. Get that, Julio. Yes, what a catch by Julio Rodriguez. Wow. That was nice. And then Julio just threw it into the crowd about 20 rows deep. Nice, Julio. Nice job. Great defense by Julio. Almost more exciting on the defensive side than him hitting. All right, let's go to the bottom of the sixth.
Peace of mind with cyber threat security, the power of the largest, fastest, reliable network. Plus, save up to 75% a year with Comcast Business Mobile, the complete connectivity solution from the company powered by the next generation 10G network. Get started for just $49 a month and ask about an $800 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm a numbers guy. Everything I look is analytics and numbers and research and everything that I do. And like I said, YouTube is unpredictable. You just don't know. Some things you think are going to do good and they don't. Some things you think that are going to do terrible do good, and you never know when they're going to recommend your live stream to a bunch of strangers. You never know when that wave of people is going to come through. So I don't know. The thing I feel the worst about it is that I enjoy spending time with Mike, and I know that's his number one thing. And especially when you have someone that is a good person like Mike, and obviously a big contributor to the channel when he can be, we obviously know, views and subs and donos sometimes are limited, and you want to make sure that we can, do events where we have a good chance to get a good crowd, possible subs, possible donos, possible growth. But I don't know. I love it. I still love it, but it definitely makes it more difficult when it's, that limited like that. So, but I had to keep going and giving it a shot, week in, week out, and just to see, but doesn't look like they're gonna. I mean, even if I end up treating the, even if I, put in all that effort and whatnot, and that's the thing I think for me, it's just like putting in all the effort for little results. It's just tough. AJ Pollock. This is my first opportunity to see AJ this year. Two 1 count.
First to second time up. A 245 hitter last year with 14 homers, 56 runs batted in with the White Sox. Getting his first start. Tim Harry came in and got third out.
Yeah, 93-80. It's over. Sorry. 3-1 pitch. Takes a strike down the middle. Struck him at.
Fresh out of Papa Murphy's kitchen, the limited time double bacon cheddar pizza.
Actually, it's fresh out of my oven.
Dad, it's just an expression.
Nacho cheddar cheese sauce, crispy bacon.
Yeah, I know the refs didn't do you any favors. It sounds like the LSU coach was getting a little bit everywhere, but the role players for LSU, 15, 20, 10, 16, And on the bench, 21. 5 for 6 from 3 from Carson. And then for Iowa, just not enough. 13, 9, 30 from Caitlin Clark, 12, 10. And then not really anything on the bench, only 6 points from the bench. I mean, that's not enough, especially when their bench put up 29. That was the difference. Sorry about that. Come on, JP. Chopped foul. 0-2 count. Bottom of the 6th, 5-4 Mariners. 0-2 pitch from Heron. Check swing. Did he go? And he did. 2 away. Next up, Julio Rodriguez. I mean, considering he is my favorite, athlete in sports, it'd be far-fetched to say I don't enjoy watching him play. So as much as I like NASCAR, I like Julio more. 0-1 count. Come on, Julio. Pitch was low. 1-1 count. 2 for 3 solo home run and a single by Julio. Takes a strike down the middle. Kickoff show is at 3. What time does the night start out? If it starts at 5 or 4? But there's no matches on the pre-show though, right? Just like yesterday, just them talking. So I think it's still 5 o'clock. Got Julio looking, struck him out. Damn it. All right, we're going to the top of the 7th. Elliot in the building. What to do? Padres are up nice. You guys kind of started off the season. It was a little rough of a start, for being as good of a team as you guys are. But, just trying to find yourself here in the first, obviously few games. I don't think anyone thought the Padres would be at the bottom of the division at 1-2. But it's a long year. So, we'll see how it goes. I was, you haven't been in the streams as much. Hopefully you'll be able to start coming through. I was going to ask you about that, and I know that was like one of your favorite players. And when I heard that he left, I was like, oh, that's not going to be good. But at least you got a lot of studs still over there. But if that was one of your guys, I get it. How is he doing? Is he ripping you guys up over there in Colorado in the matchup, or how's he doing overall? I don't know if you follow. Do you watch Rocky games for him? Just to see like how he's doing. I know you're still doing the fantasy baseball. I mean, sometimes when you have a favorite player and they leave your team, you'll still kind of keep tabs, But it definitely is different when they're not supporting your team, And if you're going against them and they're in the same division, it's a rivalry, But I miss you, brother. The more that you can come through, please do. Like I said, everything has been a struggle in 2023 compared to 2022. So the more people, the more chatting, the more possible subs, donos, this overall, vibe, if anybody can just come through, that'll definitely help us. Trace Thompson with a solo dinger. Oh, wow. 3 home runs. 107.5 exit velocity. No way. Career high 8 RBIs by Thompson. Wow. He had a day yesterday. I should have called my dad about that.
Just in case there was any confusion whatsoever on Davion Curry there in the Guardians bullpen guys, no relation.
All right, Angie, thank you very much. Let that shadow clear out here.
Oh, I got Brash in.
It's like you're watching the other place. It's the knee. And he hit 98 miles an hour with one of the best sliders and curveballs you'll ever see. I wonder if Spun Ramirez around. Yeah, that's great. I've never seen such a good hitter full back backward where he corkscrews himself into the ground to that degree. And he can spin it.
Come on, Brash. Popped up. Get it, Julio. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Julio and JP collided. That's not good. Like Julio was running full speed from the outfield, and then JP cut in front of him, had it, and then fell down, and then the ball popped out. I hope he's okay. He's trying to walk it off. Oh, that's not good. JP, are you okay? Julio, are you okay? Oh, see, Julio went sliding on the ground, and JP was looking up, and he got his knee clipped because Julio was sliding trying to get the catch, and then his foot hit the knee. Got to have some better communication out there. We don't want to have these guys get hurt like that. And then the tip of the foot hit him in the knee as they collided. Could have been worse if it was head-to-head or chest-to-chest, but I think he's going to be okay. Just kind of like startled him, and then he dropped the ball after he slid to the ground. Because like I said, JP was upright. Julio was already sliding on the ground, trying to catch it like while he was sliding, and the ball was going to come to him, and JP was standing up. So I hope they have better communication because I don't want to see my guys get injured. JP's still trying to walk it off right now. Top of the 7th, 5-4 Mariners. We need a win. Lost, obviously, yesterday, and it was Julio bobblehead night. The very first Seattle Mariner issued bobblehead, and they did something they've never done in history. Julio actually autographed a few of them. I couldn't even imagine if I was at the game and ended up getting one of the autograph versions. My goodness. All right, take it easy. Get better, Megan. No problem. I'll talk to you later. Oh, nice. Well, there you go. You should tell him to come here. Because like I said, I feel like as far as all the people that cover the Mariners, I don't think anyone's going to be able to match me, based off photos, and everything in general, just knowledge and being able to call a baseball game. I don't know. There's a lot of people that try to do, like a pitch by pitch, play by play. It's not easy. 1-1 pitch. But I feel that as far as like NFL, college football, I feel that like I can, do that very, very easily, but it took a lot of hard work to get to that point to make it easy for me. But I feel just as confident doing baseball games as NFL or college football, which is pretty surprising just because of the, the number of players, the terminology, and the difficulty of all of it. Yeah, that's cool, man. Congrats to your bro. It's going to be a nice run for the Mariners for the next 15 years. There shouldn't be a whole lot of, disappointment. A lot of upside for us. So, top of the 7th, 5-4 Mariners up on the Guardians. 3-1 pitch. Called strike. Runner at second. Brash on the mound. Let's go, baby. Straw in the box. Chopper foul. Yeah, I would assume that's what we're thinking. If Roman wins, that's a Vince move. But if Cody wins, Then it'll give an opportunity for Cody to have a moment and then Seth Rollins to fight him and then be able to go from there. It's funny. Lenny D actually sent me a TikTok video of an interview with Seth Rollins saying that he didn't think Cody deserved it. And obviously Lenny D was mad about that, thinking that Seth Rollins was wrong. But I told him, bro, you have to look at it from two perspectives. You had Stardust, and you ended up leaving and going to AEW and starting it with your friends, right? And then you got obviously fired, you got let go. You went to AEW, you started it off. They capitalized off your popularity there because you weren't Stardust and you actually were doing amazing cage matches and you were like a mid-card, main event guy in AEW and a lower guy in WWE. Then they took advantage and brought you over. Seth has been the most consistent that they've had, and they don't utilize his talents properly. Like him and Kevin Owens, how many championships have they had in the last 5 years? So I understand where Seth is coming from, where Seth, deserves to be the guy to take it from Roman to be the face of the company. But if they want to give Cody his 1 month of shine and then have Seth go against him at like SummerSlam or whatever, and then Seth is the guy moving forward, that's what needs to happen. But, you don't want to have a guy that's considered a top 2, top 3 guy in the company and you don't use him. The guy should always have an IC belt, world heavyweight belt. Like he should always have something, look at him in the ring on the mic. And so, to compare Cody Rhodes to Seth Rollins, it's a joke to me because Seth is a Hall of Famer. Cody is just, a mid-card guy, and the only reason he's so popular is because they put him in the main event, with Roman and based off his popularity in AEW. If they would have put him in a tag, with someone, or if they would have put him against, lower name guys for like a, United States Championship, do you think people would be rooting for Cody as much as they are now? No. So to act like Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins are equal is ridiculous. But I understand. But it was funny, Lenny D was like pissed thinking that Seth is a dickhead for saying that. But I don't think it is. I think it's 100% real because you haven't seen Seth Rollins bitch, since the Shield when he has, pretty much been getting iced out and not really been able to get back to that, championship run. I mean, if anyone has something to complain about, it's him, and he just keeps it to himself. So I totally understand why he thinks it's not fair. RBI, game is tied. Stephen Kwan killing it. Nice job, Kwan. 5-5. At least it's a good game here. It makes the games go by quicker. We already know if I'm at the baseball game, hell, I could care less if it's 3, 4, 5 hours. I'm enjoying myself, right? But when you're watching it on TV as a fan, it is kind of nice to have the games end under 3 hours, like kind of similar to an NBA game, or slightly over. It's like 2 hours and 30 minutes to 2 hours and 50 minutes. It's kind of perfect. Once it goes to 3 to 4 hours, it gets kind of, unless your, team is in the battle of a 5-5 game like this, then, whatever. But I don't mind it. The bigger bases, I don't mind. No shifting. It just seems like as long as we don't have a game end in the playoffs, World Series, ALDS, ALCS, NLDS, NLCS with a violation, like a pitch clock violation or a batter violation, and it ends the game in a fucked up way. Until that happens, everything is cool. But once that starts happening, then we're going to have a problem, Is he? There we go. Wrestling, baseball. I mean, obviously I'm going to be doing NFL, college football. I'll be doing a lot of baseball and a lot of wrestling. And I was kind of trying to do NASCAR and putting my hat in something else. But based on how it's been this year, I might have to give it up and just continue to do Mariners, every day and whatnot. And I know Mariners isn't going to be for everyone, but if you're a baseball fan, you can hang out. And then even if you're not, you can hang out. I just think it's going to probably be able to draw, more people. And, I have to do what's best for me and the channel. And we'll maybe we'll reevaluate and whatnot. But I mean, I just can't, put in so much time and effort and prep, for no one to show up. I mean, it's, especially when there's another event that's going on where I know I could have got, better results. So what's your brother's name? Do you live with your brother, or does he live on his own? Come on, Brash. Yeah, I mean, sometimes just word of mouth, it would be so big. I can't, it's like you don't even know what the algorithm is going to be and everything, and it's like it's so difficult to be able to grow, and also not only to get subs but to keep them. It's like you can always get subs, like from raids and other things, but that doesn't mean that they're going to be loyal or they're going to be here. Like those almost to me are like fake subs. It's like, okay, you got it, but they're not going to stick around. Some will, but not all of the ones that did it. That's for damn sure. Top of the 7th, we're knotted up at 5. Guardians and Mariners. 2-0 pitch. Dribbler down first. There we go. Plus, if I can keep grinding it out here with the Mariners and I can be known as like the Mariners channel, they're going to have people that do like Seahawks stuff, like, Hawk's Nest, Crow Nest, but I feel they're not going to be as good as me. So, as far as, pictures, the people that we have in the room, I feel that, they might have, a certain following from what they have just doing that. But, I feel I can match up with anyone doing Mariners, if not better. So just got to keep grinding it out. Oh, really?
From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans, once we fall, once blessed America, my home, sweet home. My home, sweet home.
This is how legends are made. Silverado new Silverado HD. Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup and see where it takes you.
Man, I almost wish I would have started this when the game started. Early starts for games is one thing, but I mean, the main thing was going to be WrestleMania, but I figured I just put in the work and grind it out. But sometimes maybe you just got to limit it to just one event, in a day instead of doing 2. If it ends up being worth it and you're going to have the people there, then, but you don't want to burn yourself out. So maybe I'll have to reevaluate doing 2 or 3 things in a day as well, until things start picking up again. All right, we're going to the bottom of the 7th here. Knotted up 5-5. Next up for the Mariners, Colton Wong. 0 for 2 with a run, a baseball and ball, and a K.
For the last 10 years, more than $1.2 billion have been contributed to education. It's imperative. He's going to be listed here. Sorry for it coming here, but in his big league debut, Mikey struck out all 4 men that he faced, 3 swinging, the last one looking.
Yeah, the only lefty they have in their bullpen, and you can see why he's there making his major league debut. He topped out at 96 miles an hour and a pretty good slider.
Terry Francona let him an opportunity to warm up. The oncoming pitcher
Oh, do they swap it out? Haggerty? Oh, we got Sam Haggerty. Swaggerty.
During our spring tire sale, we watch out for your wallet too. Save up to $175 when you buy select tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires.
Today's winning health play brought to you by Virginia Mason Franciscan Health. Make a play for your health.
Virginia Mason Franciscan Health is the official medical provider for the Seattle Kraken. That's fantastic for all of us. We get to work with these top-level athletes and with our community. And we work hard to keep our athletes fit throughout their season, help them recover from injuries, and to do the same for everyone we work with.
Go to vmfh.org/Kraken and find a doctor today.
Live professional boxing returns to the Emerald Queen Casino. A full evening of boxing action Friday night, April 7th. Make it a destination event with friends. Get your tickets at the Emerald Queen Casino or at emeraldqueen.com. Don't miss this evening of pure excitement, the best in professional boxing at the Northwest Premier Venue. Friday night, April 7th at the Emerald Queen Casino.
Yeah, I think overall, I think this NASCAR stuff is down because there's people that normally have hundreds or thousands, in the room, and they have like 50. So for me to have just a few, then it kind of makes sense. If someone usually has 500 or 1,000 and they have 50 in the room, then of course people aren't watching, and his shit is awesome. So I guess that's how it goes. I guess people don't give a fuck about it. Chase isn't racing. People just don't care. I guess that's how it's going. I mean, Nick Sandlin. Come on, Haggerty. Let's go, Sam. Ham Swaggerty. 2-1 pitch. 83 games, 256 average, 5 home runs, 23 ribbies. 2-1 pitch. Got the corner, 2-2 count. Bottom of the 7th, 5-5, Guardians and Mariners. Marco Gonzalez is Bootios, but we found a way to tie the game, and it is in the bottom of the 7th. Haggerty connected. Back. To the wall. Wow. One away. Oh, what do we got here? Detmers versus Kirby. We're winning. Castillo versus Suarez. We're winning. Flexen versus Otani. We're losing. So Wednesday, we're going to get our ass kicked. Wait, they got Otani at 12:30 p.m. on a Wednesday? Fuck. That's terrible. All right, come on, Ty. 2 for 3, 2 singles in a run. The hottest hitter for the Mariners this year is Ty France. Batting .429. Him and Julio are leading the team by a lot. And France, Julio, and Cal Raleigh. No surprise. With Suarez right behind him. Let's go, Ty. I think it is down in general because, like I said, if you're starting to see guys that normally have 500, 1,000, in the room and their shit is down to like 50 to 100, that's not good, for them. And then if I'm, trying to get my numbers to 1,000 to 5,000, for the stream, which would probably put me somewhere between, 10 to 40 people in the room here and there, and you're nowhere even near that, then that's how you end up with, I guess, the numbers that we have. It just sucks because, like I said, I don't want to miss out on spending time with Mike and everything. But, if we can't get to the dono number and we don't get the regular number and we're not getting any movement on the sub count and it's a struggle, why are we doing it? I mean, I do it because I love it, but it has to make sense. So at least I have baseball to counteract it. But big swing and a miss, struck him out. Damn it, Ty. Eugenio Suarez. But as much as I do love, NASCAR, I do love the Mariners more. I mean, it's just a big part of who I am. NASCAR is kind of a newer thing that I'm getting back into from back in the day, but it's never going to be able to be as good as the Mariners for me. So maybe I should just stick with that then. Stick with what I love, what I think that's going to do better, and try to just establish myself as being the Mariners YouTuber, And then when NFL comes, we'll do NFL. When we do college football, we'll do college football. Always do wrestling. We'll never take that out. That will always be done. Suarez. Foul. Someone got a souvenir. Nice. Heck yeah. Who has surprised you the most? Obviously, Mikolas kind of didn't do very good in that first game, but who's been the best so far on the Cardinals? I mean, it doesn't have to be like Goldschmidt or Arenado, but like out of all the others, All right, we're going to the top of the 8th. I'm going to go check up on Paisley real quick. All right, we're going to the top of the 5th, baby. I think we're going to have a pitching change as well pretty soon. All right, give me 1 sec.
Ask Sherwin-Williams and save big during the March spring sale. Get 35% off paints and stains with sale prices starting at $28.92. Hurry, it's only March 24th through April 3rd. Shop online or your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store.
Come to TurboTax and don't do your taxes. Meet with one of our experts who will do your taxes for you. So you can do anything else. With TurboTax, 100% expert guaranteed. That sound. Wolves. Boy, they sound hungry. Let's go, Wolves! Shut up! Good thing this Ford Explorer has sync-free technology. Keeps them entertained on the way to dinner.
Wherever you go, a Ford Explorer is the key to survival. Get 0% APR for 36 months on an in-stock 2022 Explorer. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Mariners baseball was brought to you by Alaska Airlines. From the West Coast to the world, earn and redeem miles to over 1,000 destinations with our One World Alliance members. And by Steel, find your local Steel dealers. Visit steeldealers.com. Mr. Judges, everybody, very entertaining contest here. Top 855, Dave Sims. Food Sports Crew on hand here. Andres Munoz takes over for the Mariners. How many times do you think he gets triple digits?
I'm going to say 4. If you can get more than that, they'd probably use a slider a little bit more. There you go, 96 strikeouts in 65 innings. Yeah.
Andres Munoz.
It's worked on. You see, we're a little sicker, actually. Coming out of spring training.
One away. Nice job.
And it was on the slider. First fastball's 98.
Just get warmed up.
Donovan, nice.
Gonzalez popped the second, fly to right in the comeback. Pitcher.
It's crazy how much I have to struggle on this on a daily basis. It's just wild to me. But You know, maybe it's just preparing me for something. I hope. Top of the 8th. We're knotted up at 5-5. 2 outs. 0-1 pitch from Munoz. Dribbled foul. 0-2 count. Well, as soon as this one is over, you know, like I said, which will be here shortly, and then it'll still give us time to, you know, if the event doesn't start till 5, so there'll be a little bit of a break if you need to, you know, eat or relax and whatnot, and then, yeah. Well, I think we will. I mean, it's WrestleMania, so. 100 miles an hour. There we go. Like I said, this will be over pretty soon, and then, like I said, once we're done here, we'll end the stream, and then I'll start prepping for tonight. Which isn't really a whole lot of prep, just pulling up like the photos of the matches and whatnot, and I might make another thumb. We'll just kind of go through that, and then we should be good.
Don't miss this evening of pure excitement. The best in professional boxing at the Northwest Premier venue. Friday night, April 7th at the Emerald Green Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
At Blue Land, when we dreamed about clean, we dreamed of washing 1,000 loads with low impact. We dreamed of clean dishes and a clean world. Instead of using conventional plastic wrapped packs, we dreamed of naked tablets. Introducing Blue Land laundry tablets and dishwasher tablets. They provide a vibrant clean without any plastic.
Yeah, plus, you know, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Bianca Belair, Asuka, Gunther, McIntyre, Sheamus, Edge, and Balor. I mean, those will be all good. The only stinker will be that Brock Lesnar and Omos, and then the ladies match possibly will underwhelm. Unless they can hit some really good spots with all those ladies, which they will. They'll do some like triple team moves, double team moves, and then they'll probably have, you know, like a 6 or 7 lady, like, you know, over the top, jumping onto people or doing some big suplex or something. So they'll have something there. So probably the Brock Lesnar Omos one. I mean, unless Omos does some crazy shit that we've never seen before, but I don't know. That one just seems like it shouldn't be a WrestleMania match. Like Brock Lesnar and Bray Wyatt would have been much better, or somebody else, you know. Oh, yeah. I don't know if they're going to actually let Asuka win. You know, it's like they probably only have one of the 2 win since, you know, Bianca's just starting her kind of run and whatnot. But it would be cool if Asuka did win. She does deserve to have her moment, you know, at some point or another. But come on, Cal. Let's go big dumper. 2 for 3, a double, single, and 2 RBIs. But it definitely shows you how important the GOATs are and how important people are, you know, to the channel, you know. Popped up, 1 away. Oscar Hernandez is 0 for 13. That's not good. Why do we pay you all this money? 0-2 count.
Oregon with Cleveland last year, 50 games, 5-3, 3.38 ERA.
1-2 count.
And again, Brandon Miller, he has been consistent. He has not been giving people that strike there at the bottom of the zone.
2-2 count.
2-2.
But for a guy that was supposed to be like the number one guy we brought in, 0 for 13, that's not acceptable. There we go. His first hit off the wall. There we go. First Mariner hit. Good job. Nice job. Oh, I don't know about that. Is he healthy enough? I don't think he's healthy enough yet, is he? Come on, Kalanick. 1-2 pitch. Bottom of the 8th, 5-5. Guardians and Mariners knotted up. Runner at second, one away. Kalanick in the box. 1-2 pitch from Morgan. Ripped foul. Oh, really? Pitch is low, 2-2 count. Chopped foul. Still 2-2 count. Come on, Jared. Let's get an RBI. Let's take the lead here. Pitch is low. Good eye. Full count. STL in the building. What to do? Chopper. 2 away. At least we got the runner to third. All right, come on, AJ. First pitch. Outside, 1-0 count. Come on, baby. 1-0 pitch. Runner at third is high. 2-0 count. Let's go. Oh, they say La Stella? Oh, they were going to bring in Pollock. I guess it's La Stella. I was going to say, that doesn't look like Pollock. Upper. Foul. All right, come on, La Stella. 1 for 6 this series. We have a runner at third. Big swing and a miss. Struck him out. Left a runner stranded at third. What's new? Our DH sucks. All right, we're going to the top of the ninth.
That's right. We even sublet their name. Really, everything's for sale. Just 3 words tell you everything you need to know. They tell you why we employ more than 2,000 workers at our factory in Virginia Beach, and why over 10,000 local steel dealers are putting battery power.
Yeah, we got WrestleMania here in about an hour and a half, so I'm just going to do this, and then as soon as this is done, then we're going to hop into doing WrestleMania Day 2.
Those who dare to build the future, we invite you to join us. Because we don't just build cities, we build lifelong careers. Together, we build Liuna. Join Liuna today and feel the power.
Unless you treat dandruff regularly, it will keep coming back. Try Head & Shoulders. It contains zinc pyrithione, which fights the germ that causes dandruff, and when used regularly, helps prevent it from coming back. For up to 100% dandruff protection, use Head & Shoulders.
My mint mobile shake. Oreo cookie pieces, cool mint, creamy whipped cream, and a sweet cherry on top. What's not to like? I guess that it's only here for a limited time.
Mariners fans, Xfinity TV subscribers, now watch your favorite team on the Root Sports app. Download the app, log in using your Xfinity account, and you're all set. For all other subscribers, check the app for a list of participating providers. Territorial restrictions apply. Your 5-5 game would go top 9. The starters will Cal Quantrill and Marco Gonzalez. Neither one will be involved in the decision.
Marco with the 5-6.
All right, bring in Seawald.
One was a 3-run homer off of Zanino.
Well, Seawald takes over. And out of the pen. Cooper Hummel's in the right field. Kelly goes right to left.
Sean Murphy on the bench. That's it.
And it's leading off for Cleveland, about the third of the order.
All right, top of the ninth, 5-5. Hour and a half away from WrestleMania night number 2. Popped up, foul. 1-2 count. JP, Julio, and Haggerty up here in the bottom of the ninth. We have a shot. Chopper up the middle to JP. 1 away. Let's go, baby. Nice job. Top of the ninth, 5-5. We're knotted up. Guardians and Mariners. One away. Seawald on the mound. Andres Jimenez. Villa Oria. First pitch strike. Nice job. Let's go, Seawald. The pre-show, yeah. There's no matches though, right? Like in a half hour and like from 4 to 5 o'clock, there's no matches. It's just commentary. So, yeah, it's one of those things, dude. Like if I really love spending time with you, but it's like the numbers are so drastically down from last year. We haven't even cracked over 500 people in any stream out of like the 6 or 7 that we've done. And if we're not being able to get people or donos, I don't know if I can do 4 or 5 hours of NASCAR every weekend if I'm not going to be compensated properly. So I'm doing okay, but it just I don't want to quit on NASCAR because I love the bond that we have and whatnot. But it's just tough, when you go from 1,000 to 6,000 views on every stream to barely getting anybody to show up. It's kind of disheartening for something that I love and I enjoy. I think NASCAR numbers are kind of down in general, but I had to switch it up. At least with this, it's 5-5. I'm not expecting to get a whole lot of people until we go to the WrestleMania stream and whatnot, but I'm doing okay. I hope you're doing well, but I have to definitely evaluate, because like I said, it's not going to be worth my time to go for 4 or 5 hours if no one shows up and I'm not making any donos. I mean, it's just, I have to be able to calculate everything properly because we're not getting the type of support that we need here, throughout, overall, in 2023, which is kind of shitty, for someone that works as hard as me, but I just have to keep the faith and keep going. Top of the 9th, 1-1 pitch. Outside, 2-1 count. And I'm always willing to do, the NASCAR events, but it's like got to have people show up, and hopefully we can get to a good number. And if those things don't happen, then I don't know. I mean, if we were doing better on the dono side and then the NASCAR streams were just not hitting, right, then I probably would still be able to do it. It would be a little disheartening and a little frustrating, but I would be okay. But when donos are very tough to come by, it's not like it was last year. I can't just waste 5 hours, unfortunately. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. It's like anytime I feel like I'm gaining some ground on something, then they just, take it away from me. So, I'm good. I'm glad you're feeling better. Like I said, if the money was better for me, then like I said, if we end up, having a low dono day and a low overall turnout day, who cares? I'll still enjoy NASCAR. But when it's, it's a struggle every day, I have to really calculate things and think what could be. And obviously baseball, NASCAR, hockey, certain things are niche markets. You're not going to get the same type of people as maybe like NBA or college football or NFL. Obviously, those are going to be more fans that are out there. Quan in the box, 1 for 4. Top of the 9th, runner at first. 2 outs. 1-0 pitch from Seawald. Get his ass. Pitch is inside. 2-0 count. Come on, Paul. Get him, Cal. Say fuck.
Obviously, he beats it, so he keeps his hand on the base. Looks like he will.
Good attempt from Cal Raleigh to try to throw him out on the stolen base attempt, but he was too fast. 2-1 pitch. Chopped foul. There's a souvenir. Come on, Mariners. Lost yesterday 2-0 with Logan Gilbert. It'd be really nice to be able to make up for it here and get a dub. We're 1-2. Let's get at least a 2-2. I don't want to start the season off 1-3. Fuck that. A little blooper. All right. Here we go. Bottom of the ninth, an opportunity to win the game here.
It doesn't matter if you win or lose. Grabbing McDonald's after the game, McDonald's, is a tradition worth keeping.
Nothing beats buying one juicy favorite and getting a second juicy favorite for $1. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
All right, next up is J.P. Crawford 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. Our guy, Julio Rodriguez, 2 for 4, a run, an RBI, and a K. And then Sam Haggerty, 0 for 1. So this is who we have to try to be able to get this dub. Hopefully we can make it happen.
Caring we're talking about can't really be measured. It can only be felt. Welcome to compassionate care. Welcome to Overload.
Tough loss. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. Grabbing McDonald's after the game, McDonald's, is a tradition worth keeping.
Nothing beats buying one juicy favorite and getting a second juicy favorite for $1. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
All right, come on, baby. Bottom of the ninth. J.P. Crawford, Julio Rodriguez, Sam Haggerty. Let's go. Let's get it. It's a good opportunity here to try to win this game in the bottom of the ninth. At least get to 500. Fuck going down 1-3. We're going to win tomorrow. We're winning that fucking game. George Kirby, baby. I'll probably do that game. Well, what time does that start? 6 p.m. Pacific time? Okay. So I'll probably do that. And then we got Castillo and Suarez. I'll probably do that as well. And then Wednesday, they got Ohtani against Flexen. And we're going to get our ass kicked. And that's at 12:30 on Wednesday. But maybe that's why. So that way no one can see it. We'll see how it goes. All right, let's go. Nice. Third best team in the XFL, huh? All right, here we go. Crawford in the box, batting ninth in the order, going against De Los Santos. Was that a balk? A pitch clock violation. Yes. Good job, Santos. You fucking idiot. There we go. Let's go. I mean, even with all the struggles that we've had today on this opening stream, you know, with the NASCAR and going to baseball, if the Mariners can win this, right, it'll somewhat be forgiven. You know, I'll be okay. And we're doing WrestleMania, so I already know we're gonna have fun tonight doing that. So, JP ripped foul, 1-2 count. Come on, JP. 1 for 10 this series. Pitches inside. 2-2 count. Come on, JP. No worries, man. It's just unfortunate that we don't have any other real heavy hitters on the NASCAR side. You know, we had Riggs and some other people, but you know, they don't really show up anymore. So I don't know. You know, like I said, if I can make it worth my time, I definitely would love to do it. But you know, I can't just go for 4 or 5 hours sitting at 0 or 5 or 10. You know, especially if this is like my livelihood, this is like my life. You know, my legacy, and I have to pay rent and bills and stuff. So. And I totally understand, man. You got to take care of your priorities. So, but I do appreciate everything that you've done, you know, with us. And even if I have to scale back on some of the NASCAR streams, I hope you still come through and hang out with us. You know, it's just, you know, you need people. You know, you need people. You need help, and you need good supporters. And you know, good supporters are hard to come by. JP, fuck, one away. Next up, we have Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. My boy. Let's go, baby. Bottom of the ninth, 5-5, one away. Let's go. One swing. Let's win this game, baby. Let's go, Julio. You can do it. Yeah, I think if we had like maybe 3, 4, 5 heavy hitters on the NASCAR side, then I think we'd be okay. But, you know, when you're limited to like one person, you know, really supporting it, it makes it difficult, you know, or a very small amount. That's why it's so important to be able to try to get in front of new people, you know, so that way you can find new people to be able to enjoy your time and support you. But, you know, it's like I got the Great Wall of China fucking in front of me every fucking single day. It's never easy. It's always difficult. It's not like, you know, every year is different. And obviously, you know, there's a definitely favoritism by a lot. All right, here we go. Bottom of the ninth, 5-5. We're knotted up. De Los Santos, 10 pitches in. It's a 1-2 count, one away. Julio just changed his bat. Hopefully, I don't know if the other one got cracked. And hopefully we'll be good to go here. Yeah. Son of a bitch was trying to cheat. Santos. You bitch ass. Don't be trying to cheat on us. Pitches outside. 2-2 count. Let's go, Julio. Make this motherfucker pay. Let's go. Come on, baby. Big swing and a miss. Struck him out. Damn it. It was a good slider. Damn it, Julio. All right, next up, Sam Haggerty. This one might be going to extra innings. Wow, Josh Berry up front, huh? Berry, McDowell, Gilliland, Byron, and Truex. Too bad it's not Chase Elliott. Pitch on the corner. 1-1 count. Chopped foul, 1-2 count. Good effort by the Guardians, but not good enough, bud. One-two pitch. Chopped foul. That's a souvenir. Bottom of the ninth. We're knotted up at 5-5. 2 outs, 1-2 count. De Los Santos, 16 pitches in. Haggerty, 0 for 1 in the box. 1-2 pitch. He's fighting it. Chopped foul again. Another souvenir. Pitches outside. 2-2 count. Yeah, with the photo. Pitches inside. 3-2 count. Count is full. We're going to the top of the 10th. All right, let's go. Let's see. Top of the 10th. I wanted to get a little bit of a break. I didn't know if this was going to keep going, but I guess it is. And then we got WrestleMania here in about an hour. So as soon as this is done, we're going to go into WrestleMania stream for night number 2.
Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup and see where it takes you. Find new roads.
Let's see who they're going to have for pitchers, if it's still going to be Seawald or if they'll make a change. Ahmed Rosario, 1 for 4 and a K, is leading off. Jose Ramirez, 1 for 4 and a K, batting second. And Josh Bell, 0 for 3. A run, a base on ball, and a K is batting third. So seeing if they're going to make any changes.
Front door is coming soon. An all-in home repair and maintenance app.
We're going to make sure everybody for the first time here in 2023. And a reminder, in print and online at SeattleTimes.com. Seattle Times delivers deep sports coverage to your home desktop, phone, or tablet. So make the most of this season. Visit SeattleTimes.com/subscribe to sign up now. Then Murphy takes a slider kick.
That's the sweeping slider. Fastball right around 90.
All right, Penn Murphy's coming in.
First runner, Stephen Klein. Rosario, the hitter. 1 for 4.
Sorry to hear that, brother. Get better.
Swing away, strike one.
interesting how different managers like to play. I know for Scott, typically on the road, he's going to let his guys hit. On home, he'll go ahead and try to push him over if he can. It depends on who's up in the lineup. There you go, couple
Big swing and a miss, 0-2 count. I don't know if I like the idea of as soon as it goes extra innings, there's a guy on second base. Oh, 2 pitch. Got him. One away.
He certainly did. He wasn't close on any of them.
Yeah, I don't like the whole ghost runner shit. I don't like that. I don't think. I mean, if it works out in your favor, great. But I don't know. I don't know if I like that. Now they got runners on first and second in the top of the 10th with one away. The fuck. Next up, their best player, Jose Ramirez, 1 for 4. This one's kind of slipping through our fingers here. Pitches inside, 3-0 count. This one's going downhill now. Not some good weather. We got a lot of rain here today. It's 42, rainy. Pitches low, and he walked him. Now we have bases loaded with 1 out. The only thing we can hope for is a double play. Penn Murphy, you stink. Say, Murphy, get the fuck out of there. You stink.
Your Seattle Mariners present the Virginia Mason Franciscan Health Spotlight.
The Virginia Mason Franciscan Health Hypertrophic Cardiomyopathy Clinic specializes in taking care of patients with a cardiac condition, hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. It's one of the few types of heart conditions that is not preventable, but very treatable as long as we can diagnose it. Look out for symptoms like chest pain or shortness of breath and bring them to the attention of your primary care doctor.
Major League action can only mean one thing. Fun is in full swing. Baseball is here, and Root Sports is bringing you everything Mariners all season long. Take your fandom to the next level with in-depth access and insights from all your favorite.
Oh.
You can have your mind blown a time or two. It's time to make the league together.
Oh yeah. Oh, we talked about that last night. You know, that one by far was the worst. That was a 5. Then the women's match was probably a 7, and then Seth's match and the Mysterio match were both 8s. And then I think we had 3 10s, after that. So obviously with Charlotte, Ripley, the men's, little battle royal thing, tag royal jump off, the men's match. That was obviously the first sleeper, and then obviously at the very end with the main event. So yeah, but you already kind of knew anytime you have old people, that are doing matches, chances are it's going to underwhelm. Nothing against Lita and Trish and John Cena and whatnot, but I would rather see people like Bray Wyatt and active people that are young that are on the roster instead of putting people that are old at WrestleMania. I mean, it's cool to see Stone Cold and Cena and The Rock and whatnot, and you know what I mean? But I guess it just depends on how old they are. And I know people love nostalgia and whatnot, but I mean, I guess there's a time and a place to have matches with nostalgia people, but maybe not necessarily WrestleMania, but they do it for the fans. Chopper up the middle. Damn it. Bad throw. We tried to get the double play. He dropped it. Now we're down 6-5. Fuck my life. What the fuck is going on here? Cal would have made a better throw here than we could have maybe had the double play, right? Chop to the pitcher, goes to the catcher, and then Cal throws a shitty throw. It goes away from the first baseman, and then a runner scores. Fuck my life, 6-5. Top of the 10th, Guardians 6, Mariners 5, runners on the corners. 2 away, first pitch strike. Spire is in. Guy, we suck, dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th pitcher. Ridiculous. One count. Well, we're an hour and 3 minutes away from WrestleMania, so hopefully this one will end here within the next, 10 or 20 minutes, so that way I can rest for a second and then prep, and then and we'll have a good time here in the evening. I'll probably try to make some steak or make some food or something. I haven't got a chance to take Paisley on a walk yet, so I guess I'm doing that after WrestleMania, as long as the weather is good. Otherwise, we'll have to do 2 tomorrow. Come on, Mariners. 1-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Got him. All right, now we have to make up this fucking run where we could have just been tied, but all right, let's go to the bottom of the 10th.
There's been some chatter about the new rules.
Oh.
You still gotta hit the ball, catch the ball, and you still gotta throw the ball. With the might of 1,000 raging cyclones.
All right, next up for the Mariners, the most consistent hitter for us here in 2023, Ty France, 2 for 4, a run and a K. Batting second, Eugenio Suarez, 2 for 4, 2 runs and an RBI. And then Cal, big dumper, Raleigh. So this is actually a good part of the lineup with France, Suarez, and Cal. We all have home run power, guys that can get RBIs. If Ty can get on or go for a solo shot, it'll make it easier for Suarez and big dumper. So let's go.
Let's try it. So then we
All right, went over back to NASCAR. 16 laps to go. Kyle Larson, Josh Berry, Martin Truex Jr., Ross Chastain, and Christopher Bell are in your top 5.
running third going off into turn 3 last year.
Briscoe, look at the battle between him and Reddick.
15 to go.
So once again,
So both of these things are kind of winding down.
Truex and Chastain. Harvick will be the first forward back in 6th. McDowell with that big strategy rebound. That'll line up 7th.
Kind of just follow suit with the choose code here. Doesn't play much of a role in this race. You need track position. Closest you get in the front's where I'm going to go.
Hey, question for Jamie Mack back in the studio. Who was the last fill-in substitute cup driver to win a cup race?
Well, I thought this was April Fool's because Larry's sitting next to you, and I know that he would know the answer, but I guess it's me. Yes, I don't know.
It was October 2002 when you substituted for Sterling Marlin.
It only his
Wow.
second career start.
All right, here we go. It'll be 14 to go.
All right, 14 to go. I'll keep an eye on that. All right, come on, Mariners. Ty pops up. 1 away. All right, come on, Suarez. Six, 5 Guardians, bottom of the 10th, runner at second, 1 away. 0-1 pitch to Suarez is low, 1-1 count. Suarez 4 for 15 in this series. Come on, baby, let's go. It's already been a rough day today. Let's, if I can just find a way to get a dub here, that'll make the night so much better. And then hopefully we get a good turnout for WrestleMania, which starts in an hour, and we can make up on the dono side with that stream, hopefully. Check swing. Damn it. He went 2-2. Bottom of the 10th, 6-5, runner at second, 2-2 pitch. Suarez is low, full count. Haggerty went to third. There we go. There we go. Good job, Sam. Stealing second, going from second, stealing third. There we go. So now we have a good chance to be able to tie this up here. Come on, baby. Let's go, Suarez. Full count. Runner at third. 3-2 pitch. Foul. Full count, bottom of the 10th, 6-5 Guardians, runner at third, 3-2 pitch to Suarez. Fouled back. Oh, baby. WrestleMania 39, night number 2, incoming. Big swing and a miss, and it struck him at. Damn it. It kind of feels like we might lose this game unless Cal Dumper can be the hero and we can go yard here. He hits a homer, we win the game. Can he be the hero from fucking up that throw to first and to make up for it? Come on, Big Dumper. I'm looking at your rookie card. I got it right in my hand. You got a beautiful autograph. Let's go, Cal. A 1 count. Come on, Cal. Come on, baby. Bottom of the 10th. We're down by 1 run. Tying run at third. 2 away. 0-1 pitch to Raleigh. Chopper down first. Foul. 0-2 count. Come on, Big Dumper. Dang. Yeah, Dodgers, I was actually looking at their lineup. They don't look like they're a championship caliber team. Like looking at the roster with all the guys they lost from last year, I don't know. It doesn't look like to me that they're going to – I mean, I might be wrong, but they don't look as good as they have been in previous years. They lost too many pieces. And the pieces that they have, I don't know if they're not as good. So we'll see how it goes. Pitching and hitting has been struggling. Cal pitches low, 1-2 count. Good eye, Big Dumper. Come on, baby. You know it, Scott. Let's go. Bottom of the 10th, Guardians 6, Mariners 5. Tying runner at third, 2 away. 1-2 pitch to Raleigh. Pops up. And the Mariners lose. Fuck my life. Fucking 1-3 start. That's terrible. But this is a playoff team, so I knew that this could happen. I was hoping for a 2-2 split, but, you know, it is what it is. All right, now I got to go and flip everything back to the NASCAR since that was the original stream. So let me do that here real quick. And then once I am able to do that, then we'll end the stream. So just for a couple more minutes, we're going to stream, and then I got to prep for WrestleMania. So
See extra innings for the first time and unfortunately taste their first loss in extra innings.
all right, so we'll go here.
We are going to go inside the clubhouse. We will hear from the skipper, Scott Service, after this one. And we'll also make sure that you are ready for Logan Gilbert's 2023 debut. Also, we will look at this year's Angels team as they get set to come to town next. It is all coming up on Mariners Post Game, presented by Emerald Queen Casino. Guardians, tickets 6-5 to win the series as well. We're back right after this.
Live professional boxing returns to the Emerald Queen Casino. A full evening of boxing action.
All right, 1 sec here.
Make it a destination event with friends. Get your tickets at the Emerald Queen Casino or at emeraldqueen.com. Don't miss this evening of pure excitement, the best in professional boxing at the Northwest Premier venue. Friday night, April 7th at the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital. Food Sports is now streaming on Google TV. The Lakers, Heritage, Kraken, and more. Streaming live on all your devices. Plus, over 100 top channels. Try free at GoogleTV.com.
This is Antonelli's Cheese Shop, and we're the Antonelli. Do good, eat good.
That's our mission.
We chose our Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One because it gives us unlimited 2% cash back on everything we buy.
And it has no preset spending limit, so our purchasing power adapts to our business needs. We use our 2% cash back to help cover our employees' healthcare costs.
That's how we take care of our most valuable asset.
Our people. It may sound cheesy,
But we like it that way. What's in your wallet?
BMW XM is a beast. So much power. V8 and electric. The way it takes all corners. I'm literally speechless. So luxurious, but so much power.
Seems like you're talking
Okay, I took the words right out of my mouth. It's like the opposite of speechless. No words. The way it accelerates so quick.
You're kind of saying a lot of words.
There's just nothing to say.
It's speechful.
I'm at a loss for words.
Electrified plug-in hybrid meets extreme performance meets limitless luxury. Only in the BMW XM. Mariners post-game is presented by Emerald Green Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Well, we got a little time left for you here on a Sunday. The Guardians in 10 innings, the first extra inning game of the year, take care of the Mariners by a score of 6-5. Nearly identical line scores, 6-9-1 and 5-9-1 for the Mariners. As the Guardians take 3 of 4 in the opening series of the season. Welcome back out here. Our center field set is Brett Adam, our baseball analyst, Mr. Brian Rollins-Smith. All right, the 2 outs, Cabral, you got runner on. I'm thinking he's already done it once. He's done it a couple times, really. He's come up clutch a lot. You're thinking maybe Cal's got one in him, right?
Yeah,
walk this one off.
Yeah, just not enough in those extra innings. You can see Cleveland and the Mariners going back and forth. It was an interesting game. The way that was done.
A lot, yeah.
Okay, just making sure I got everything formatted back to what it was when we started. And yeah, I mean, like I said, I definitely wanted to be able to, kind of go through with everything, but shit happens. Kyle Larson got his first win. Nice. I knew he was going to be getting closer and closer to be able to get that dub. Heck yeah. I knew he was close. I said that even at the beginning. I was like, I knew that first win was coming. He's been so close. Good for him. Good for Kyle. Let me throw up a photo of him before we dip out of here. Awesome. Now I'm back here to see how he won. Oh, wow.
In position to control the final restart.
Team sport. Then that driver did a good job. Got this launch. I really thought that Truex was going to give him a run. Drove that car way into the corner and won that race right there.
Nice job, dude. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. All right. Well, like I said, I'm going to end up, I'm just checking out here the end here in the winner's circle with Richmond. Nice job with Kyle Larson getting the dub. I appreciate all you guys. And I got to go back here and change this. One sec. I totally forgot. Hold on. Got to change everything.
Tires. That's all. We ran out of them. We did, but not only were they the story, it seemed like there was.
All right. I think we're good now. All right. Well, fucking A. Like I said, I got to do some prepping and get things situated for the next stream. I'm going to go live here in about 30 to 45 minutes. So I'm going to make some food and then get everything situated. So I love you guys and I appreciate you guys very, very much. Thank you for all the people that donated, supported, shared, and hopefully we get a better turnout for WrestleMania 39, night number 2. Night 1 was amazing, and hopefully night 2 will match up to that. So I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. And I got one question for you. Who talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Gang.